with former Minnesota defensive tackle Javon Hargrave roughly after an hour he was released by the Vikings. It's reportedly a 2-year deal worth $23 million. Hargrave is entering his 11th year in the league. Packers will be his 5th team. He had 52 tackles, 3.5 sacks, and 4 tackles for a loss last year with the Vikings. He played for new Packers defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon for 2 years in Philadelphia, including one of the 2 years he went to the Pro Bowl. Meanwhile, several other reported moves became official yesterday as the new league year began. That included the trade of Rashawn Gary to Dallas for a 4th-round pick, the trade of Colby Wooden to Indy for linebacker Zaire Franklin, and the release of cornerback Nate Hobbs. The team also agreed to bring back restricted free agent Brenton Cox Jr. on a 1-year deal. Turning to Wisconsin basketball, they know their opponent for today's Big Ten tournament opener. It will be Washington after they held off USC in overtime down in Chicago. The Badgers beat the Huskies in Seattle 2 weeks ago when they hit 18 three-pointers, a program record for three-pointers on the road. It is still unclear if Nolan Winter will be available as he's still nursing an ankle injury. The winner of that game will move on to face Illinois Friday afternoon.
For nearly 40 years, ABC Wisconsin Apprenticeship has been helping men and women transform themselves into highly skilled trade professionals. These skills are in demand and provide strong wages and benefits for a bright future. If you're a hands-on person who likes the feeling when you get projects done, apprenticeship could be for you. Go to buildyourcareerwi.org or just search online for ABC of Wisconsin.
The Bucks are in Miami tonight. It's where they'll take on the Heat. Milwaukee has lost 6 of their last 7, which all those losses coming in blowout fashion. It has them now 5 games back of the final play-in tournament spot. For the Wisconsin Sports Zone Network, I'm Ebo.
Play it safe? Nah.
You gotta fight for your right.
We don't abide by your rules. Sometimes it's okay to get unruly. This is Over the Line from the Alpine Liquor Studio. Alpine Liquors, Dane County's largest independently owned liquor store, proudly serving DeForest and beyond.
Well, happy Thursday. Inching closer to the weekend. Yesterday, kind of a bizarre day. Yesterday, it felt really strange to be on the other end of something. It feels strange to be on the other end of something. It's I don't know. It just felt a little weird, and it maybe is a microcosm, an omen, or maybe it is something that. Or it could be nothing. But in all of my years as being a Green Bay Packers fan, now I'm sure there's a couple exceptions here and there, but maybe it's because it's 6 in the morning and my brain isn't firing all its synapses yet, and I didn't have a full cup of coffee. And I can't quite remember clearly right now. But it feels a little weird to be on the other end during this time in the NFL for free agency. The New Year League it began yesterday. Monday was the legal tampering, if you remember correctly. And then Tuesday, we had a flurry of news. And just like Monday, a flurry of news. Tuesday, a flurry of news. And then yesterday, a flurry of more news. But then the league year begins. And things start getting official. First, they're just like agents putting things out there, maybe some rumors or this and that. And then come the beginning of the new league year, it's, oh, okay, yeah. These are happening. It is official. But what I'm getting at is here, in all the years that I could remember in the past, and again, there might be a couple here and there, but nothing. We would look at the Minnesota Vikings, we would look at the Detroit Lions, and we would look at the Chicago Bears. Us as Packer fans sitting on our tower of cheese. Kings of the North, looking down upon, the peasants and the plebes. That would be the Vikings, the Lions, the Bears. And for a Packers team, you would cast off some of these players that just didn't fit with the Packers anymore. It's like, kind of gotten stale. growing old with you. Thanks, but no thanks. Didn't quite, you had certain players you're like, oh, whatever. And then we would all sit and have a lark and a laugh. And we all kind of slap our knee and be like, oh, I can't believe the Chicago Bears just picked up so-and-so. Or I can't believe the Minnesota Vikings, of course they got him. Same goes for the Lions. But it was more so with the Bears and the Vikings. You'd be like, they love our scraps. Boy, do they love our scraps. And we'd all we'd all laugh about it. Later that night, I'd go home and I'd chuckle to myself again. So I go, Packers had Greg Jennings. Good. Hey, Vikings, have fun with Greg Jennings. Insert guy here. Well, yesterday, the Packers, I guess, make their big dip into free agency from Minnesota to Green Bay. Former Vikings defensive tackle Javon Hargrave reached an agreement on a 2-year deal worth $23 million. It's a Viking, a cast off of them, and now it's a Green Bay Packer. Now, listen, this guy's been in a lot of different teams. He was the released, opening the door for the former Eagles defensive tackle to rejoin Jonathan Gannon, the Packers' new defensive coordinator. So, there's familiarity right there, right? Jonathan Gannon coached him with the Eagles. He had a Pro Bowl season there under Gannon. And it just feels a little weird as a Packers fan for us getting the cast-offs of the teams that would once take our cast-offs. It just felt a little strange yesterday. Again, I'm not saying anything against the player. For me personally, it felt a little strange. Jonathan Gannon, under the new Packers DC, his DC during his two most disruptive seasons in 2020 and 2022, and the Packers needed to add another capable defensive tackle to the mix, and Hargrave, who turned 33 in February, fits the bill. He has 360 pressure seasons and is coming off a 31 pressure season in Minnesota. And because he was released, Hargrave will not count against the Packers comp picks in 2027. So it's just nothing against the player. It's just felt weird to I guess, walk in a mile in someone else's shoes. RJ, good morning, brother.
Morning.
How are we today?
Oh, pretty good.
Peachy keen?
U.S. is advancing in baseball.
Yeah.
Men's hockey team got absolutely embarrassed on home ice last night.
Yeah, they got housed, dude. Was it 7-1?
7-1. Hopefully they still make the NCAA tournament. That's how embarrassing that loss was.
That was tough. Yeah, now we know who the opponent is going to be for Wisconsin basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Washington.
Listen to that game yesterday.
Yeah, I was cocked and loaded. I was watching it on Peacock.
Yeah.
Entertaining game.
It was,
especially down the stretch. It went to overtime.
Washington's guy, one of their players basically said, "I can crash the boards now. We're going to win." I was like, did that all change in a week? Congratulations, bud.
Yeah, it was some entertaining stuff last night. I watched the Marquette. I actually sat down. I was kind of cleaning and doing some laundry in this, but I had Marquette on the Peacock.
Mm-hmm.
Watched Marquette basketball. They did fall to Xavier 89-87. That was an entertaining game.
I saw a lot of Marquette fans saying they were going to win the tournament.
Yeah, we were talking about this yesterday too. Matt in the Darkness called, and he's a big Marquette fan, as a Bucky fan too. He wanted the ultimate revenge of Marquette maybe meeting back up with the UConn and slapping Dan Hurley around a bit.
The whole effing thing.
But yeah, the Xavier, the 10 seed, upsets Marquette, the 7 seed, 89-87, Big East. So
12-20 on the year.
Yeah, yeah. That's just maybe use the. I don't know. Maybe use the transfer portal if you're Shaka Smart. Just spitballing.
He's been told he has to now. I've been told by some reputable Marquette people that I know that there has been an ultimatum of do it or you're gone.
So, yeah.
Mhm.
Listen, the transfer portal and NIL, I don't like it either, but I've learned to accept what college basketball or just college sports are now in general. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You need to do it. I mean, look at Wisconsin. They got a bunch of guys that probably couldn't have put to Wisconsin or Madison was on a map if you asked them last year. Here they are. One guy's from Australia, but here they are.
Here the F they are.
608-321-1670, line 1. Good morning.
Good morning.
Mike in Portage, hello.
Hello. I know it's early in the free agency for this year and everything else, but so far what we've seen for picks to Green Bay and the loss of players, do you feel that we have gotten better at any positions with the people that we have signed?
I would say there's not a lot of oomph behind it, and with this latest signing of us getting a retread from the Vikings, because usually it would be the other way around, something just does not sit right with me.
Yeah. So on the defensive tackle position with Hargrave, looking at his stats this morning, he had 3.5 sacks, 18 solo tackles last year, 34 assisted tackles. He had a big year in Philadelphia, but that's 2022. The guy's 33 years old now. I mean, he's getting up there for football years.
Yes.
He had 11 sacks in 2022, but in between San Francisco, over 2 years, he had a total of 8 sacks. And in 2024, he only had like 9 tackles. So is he better than Colby Wooden and Wyatt? Maybe, obviously, he's got the veteran presence. Is he better than those guys? I don't know. I do like the Sky Moore signing for a return guy.
Yeah.
I think that's a big signing. I really like that, getting Sky Moore. But is Franklin better than Walker and Ingabari? I don't think he's better than Walker. I liked Walker. I thought Quay Walker was a dog out there.
Yeah.
I mean, leader in tackles. He's the leader. He always wore like the green dot. You see him running around. Other than before when he first started trying to kill people on the field, the last couple of years, I think he was a big presence out there.
Who's your favorite Walker, though, of all time? Walker, Texas Ranger?
Hell yeah. Give me some Cordell.
Yeah.
Some Cordell Walker.
A little roundhouse kick to the face, wake you up a little bit.
Yeah. G-Dub's cousin was in that show.
Really?
He's the Native American spirit guide that like Chuck would go back in time and talk to. He'd travel back in time and talk to G-Dub's cousin.
That's Greg from Appleton, G-Dub's cousin?
Yes.
Wow.
He is from the res. I'm not sure. I don't remember his name. It's something long, but yeah.
Racist.
We'll have to
Huh?
we'll have to ask
No,
G-Dub.
it actually is long. Yeah, he'll tell you all about him. He talks about him all the time. I think he's got a picture of him with Chuck Norris in the garage somewhere.
Really? Oh, I vaguely remember that. I'll have to check that out again for Gregapalooza on the 20th. Next Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Next Friday. Wow.
Next Friday. Also, another big event that day, my 40th birthday.
The Big 4-0 is on the 20th, Mike?
Hell yes, it is.
All right.
How did we not know this before that your birthday's on 4/20?
No, 320.
Oh, 3/20. I was wishing it was April already.
Or you're what you
I
could
see what's
spark
on
up
your
on.
mind, Audrey.
No.
Smoke it if you got him, RJ.
That means my busy season's done.
All right, Bob Marley.
Wow.
All right,
That was
Bob
way
Marley.
It's all right, RJ. It's 6:14 in the morning.
It is.
I haven't seen you take a sip of your coffee yet.
I
You're fine.
haven't.
Right.
Yeah, Mike, I kind of last year, Mike, you were a bit of a Nostradamus on this
Oh.
because you're really adamant on your disdain of the Nate Hobbs signing. And I don't remember what you thought about Aaron Banks, but you were not fan of Nate Hobbs, and look how that all worked out.
Yeah, Aaron Banks, I was on the Aaron Banks train, but just reading what fans are saying about Hobbs, looking at his stats, how much he was injured all the time overseas. There hasn't been a single year where he hasn't missed like at least 4 or 5 games due to injury his entire career. The guy is terrible.
Terrible.
Absolutely terrible. Like he doesn't. I'm guessing he doesn't do any type of physical labor other than get on the field, like working out. I don't know. I'm just saying. Like, how do you get injured so much? Do you not condition? You're a professional athlete.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's
I don't know.
Maybe he's just giving it his all. You know, he's giving it 110%. That's why. I don't know.
Could be. I
feel the sentiment there, Mike. It feels again. I've used this to describe the Packers as stale. I don't know. I don't know. It just doesn't. Nothing's really tripping my trigger.
Maybe we got the big splash coming. Who knows? Maybe we got the big splash coming.
Yeah, maybe. Mike, anything else, brother?
No, I don't think so. Have a great day, boys.
Godspeed. See you on Twitch.
Bye.
See you, buddy.
See you.
There goes Mike in Portage. Yeah, I don't know. It's again, it's nothing against the player. It's just it feels weird to be on the other side of this. And again, it's happened in the past. I can't. Names don't pop into my brain right now. And I'll find maybe if you can think of some and pop it in. But usually, it's the Packers send off people, and then the Vikings or the Bears would gobble them up, and we all laugh and said, "Have fun on that." It's not going to work out. It never really does. But now it's the other way around. Line 2. Good morning,
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Scott. I'm on cloud 9.
Fantastic.
Yourself?
Good. Can you hear me okay today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
So, as far as the Packers go, they don't do a lot in the.
Scott, it sounds a little off.
Yeah, it's getting worse.
I do this every day. That's okay.
Yeah.
Is that better?
That is
so
much better.
They do a lot in free agency, do they? The Packers, not really.
They made 4 moves already.
Yeah.
They usually a lot of times they do it like afterwards when everybody else doesn't, not leftovers, but they get a lot of. Trying to get my thought here. What I'm trying to say is they don't do it right away when they're free agents. They do it later on.
Say that one more time.
They pick up players, you were talking about it not being really exciting. They don't do the big stuff until later on sometimes.
Yeah. 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 Yes.
Let's go to trivia. I'm still trying to get the brain.
No, I mean, you're right, Scott. I was just, I was soaking in the question. But yes, you are right. Yes.
Right to Casbah.
The Clash.
Riding the Storm Out.
REO Speedwagon.
Blue Jean.
David Bowie.
Caught Up in You.
38 Special.
West End Girls.
Pet Shop Boys.
Yep. Jack and Jill.
The nursery rhyme?
Isn't that an Adam Sandler movie?
That isn't it. Ray Parker Jr.
And Radio. Yeah, you're right.
Thank you.
Yep, Ray Parker Jr. Radio. Yep.
Thank you.
Too Late for Love.
Def Leppard.
Nice.
Yep. I'll Be Around.
I know you will, Scott.
From the
Spinners.
From the 70s version.
Spinners.
Spinners, yep. Deacon Blue.
Steely Dan. No, wait.
Yep.
Yeah.
Still the same.
Bob Seger?
Yeah.
Yep. Love you guys. Have a great Thursday.
Much love, Scott. Scott seemed a little discombobulated today.
Yeah. Maybe he hasn't had his coffee either.
I know. It's
Maybe I threw him off telling him April 20th is next week.
Everyone's a little discombobulated, and that's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's Thursday.
Which is fine.
Yeah. The weekend's upcoming. That's fine.
Badger basketball plays today
Yeah, let's see here.
at 1:30 or roughly about
yeah,
then.
1:30-ish.
So Everybody's day will be done by then.
On Twitch, streaming on twitch.tv, search my name, Ebo Says, or YouTube, Ebo Says, hit the subscribe. Badger Trio says, he don't need to be better than Wyatt. That'll be Hargrave. Franklin is better than Walker. This free agent class is weak, and the draft is much more deep. You kind of rhymed there a little bit, then. Yeah, a big draft coming up here. Packers again. I
think you mean alliterated at the end of each
sure
sentence. He don't need to be better than Wyatt. W. Franklin is better than Walker. W. This free agent class is weak. W.
There we go. Thank you, RJ. All right, 608 321 1670. See phone calls coming in. What we got to do here, though, folks, we're going to take a little break. Take a little break, RJ.
Okay.
Take a little break.
Reset.
I'm going to go refill the coffee.
Hell yeah.
We're going to shake out the early morning whatevers. Cobwebs. The discombobulation. And be back just kicking ass. Scott, you do it too, baby. Stick around.
This is Over the Line.
I want you to be nice.
Okay, the Packers' new signing, Javon Hargrave. When Drew Rosenhaus is your agent, is that just because Rosenhaus has a gigantic agency, or is it that you actually are like decently good to great? Because when I hear the name Drew Rosenhaus, I think of like all the big star power that agent has. So that's Hargrave's agent. RJ, when you hear Drew Rosenhaus, what do you think?
I tend to think of T.O. doing sit-ups in his in his driveway. You think of a guy who really tries to overinflate the value of his clients and get them the most money.
Well, yeah, because that means Rosenhaus then gets more money.
Right.
I mean, the agents, they want you to get the most money possible because then they get the most money possible. So the Packers' big 2-year contract, giving him $23 million over 2 seasons. The deal will pay him $13 million this year, with 2027 presumably being effectively a team option for the remaining $10 million. And that note that Schefter's information comes from Hargrave's agent, Drew Rosenhaus. Yeah, so let's see here. Again, I'm just trying to get used to the other way around. Usually Packers send people off, and then the NFC North guys take them up. Let's see our guy Sean in Greenleaf. Sean says, "We are the Packers. We don't eat Lions, Vikings, and Bear leftovers. They eat our moldy cheese." Well, what's happening here then? All right, 608-321-1670. Badgers this afternoon on BTN, RJ. It's not cocked up on Peacock. I do believe it's, if memory serves me correct from yesterday, BTN. I had a good time watching Peacock yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, I was streaming it in the background on my computer as I was doing work. So, yeah.
Yep, BTN, around 1:30, depending on what happens with Iowa and Ohio State, which is at 11 a.m.
Yep.
608-321-1670.
Delays the game after it by 25 minutes if it goes over.
Yes. Line 1, good morning.
Kyrie Kumite.
I was waiting for this call today. Kyrie Kumite, Eric on Apollo Beach.
That's what I am right now. I mean, it's a little bit, when you say it that way, it's pretty cool down here. It is, yeah.
No, I heard that you can take the man off of I-90, but you can't take the I-90 out of the man. Is that true?
I love the smell of I-90 in the morning. I always will. I always will. And I'll be back. I'll be back up there again. I ain't worried about it.
I heard she misses you.
It seems like you guys got a lot of action going on up there with free agency. Yesterday was kind of a blur, okay? If I look back on it. And so I missed a lot of stuff here, I think.
Did you hear about Aaron Jones?
They worked his contract a little bit, right?
Yeah, Vikings worked his contract a bit. He's got a revised little deal here, and he's staying with your Minnesota Vikings.
Well, if we were talking about like cooking a recipe here, that move there was about like opening the oven door to see if it's starting to cook or not. I mean, that was next to no effort in anything. I like him, but that's not going to turn the crank up at all there. Nah, nope.
I
think the Vikings are just trying to hold on. They're just trying to hold on to the few players they got. The Packers are, it seems to me, and I got no idea because I've been out of it for a day, but they are committed to changing things. Green Bay is committed to changing things. They are.
In what sense, in what way? I mean, you are a Vikings fan, so I'd like to hear your view of it.
Well, what I see the Vikings doing is they're in cap trouble, and they're restructuring to keep some decent players there. I mean, Aaron Jones is a decent player. Right? Is he the running back that you want?
Yeah.
No. But Green Bay committed to change. I mean, I'm just looking at all the people there's a lot of key ingredients that they've let go. They've let go.
Sorry, Eric, my phone started playing. My phone started playing Nelly Pimp Juice for some reason. And sorry if that threw you off. I don't know
Well,
if you
this
heard
is what I think. If you look at the recipe of the dish that was cooked the first half, up to the first half of the Denver game, the recipe for that and all those ingredients, they're starting to take a lot of that stuff out of there.
Yeah.
So that's what I think is happening.
So, did we get a new recipe, the new cook in the kitchen, or is there too many cooks in the what's?
There's way too many cooks in the kitchen. Okay. Way too many cooks in the kitchen in Green Bay. And I think they're listening to you too. I do.
Well, everyone listens.
I think they're listening.
Everyone
they're listening to the
that.
listeners.
Yeah.
They're listening to the listeners. Yeah.
Eric, how was your time in Apollo Beach? Have we seen any more manatees?
I guess there was a manatee that came by here. Pretty much.
Say that again?
I guess there was a manatee that came by here. I didn't see it, though. I'm not too thrilled by them, really, to tell you the truth.
They don't do much.
They don't do much, man. They're like the Minnesota Vikings in free agency. They're just out there laying around. I was gonna shoot a hole in one of these dolphins' fins, not injure it, just pop a hole in it so I could tell if he comes back.
What have you? What? Give us some highlights out of the vacation. What have you guys been up to?
Well, yesterday it was like we were in the movie Crimson Tide. You ever watch that movie? Denzel Washington, Gene Hackman. Submarine movie.
Oh, that's the submarine movie. Yes. Long time ago. It's been a while.
So when we were sitting here,
I think James Gandolfini's in that too.
Yeah. There's a lot of old man. The guy from Lord of the Rings.
Viggo Mortensen's in there. Yeah, what a movie.
Yeah. I mean, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. But I'm a submarine movie fan. But geez, we're way off track here.
No, please.
Let's get back on track.
No. Please. Keep...
So we're sitting around and we like this house that we rent. We've been here 4 years now. It's just fits us perfect. It's just a perfect place.
Yeah.
We get a message from the owner saying that somebody slipped in on the VRBO website and booked our week. And if that was catastrophic. So we went into emergency mode.
Yeah.
I didn't. I was just watching this go on.
Yeah.
I was getting I got 3 messages on my phone, 3 different places to stay. I'm like, and they're pissed off at this owner. Like, I can't believe that she let us do this. And we were going to DEFCON 5 on this. We were like, we're not going to clean the bathroom. We're not going to put the towels in the right place. We're not going to do this. And we're not going to, because we were pissed off.
Yeah.
If we were a submarine, we would have been hovering at 150 feet. And they were telling me to put the key in. All right, that's how pissed off everybody was.
Eric, I got to correct one thing really quick here.
Yeah.
Because I've also dabbled in a lot of submarine movies. I do believe DEFCON 5 is like normal peacetime readiness.
Okay. All right.
I think DEFCON 1 is maximum readiness and imminent nuclear war.
We were at DEFCON 1. I was at 150 feet, hovering. We were ready to launch. All we needed was the WEPS guy to put the key in.
Yeah.
That's all we needed. And we were going to launch Armageddon, and then we got the message everything was okay.
Okay, good.
And everything calmed down. So,
are there turkeys by you?
What's going on?
It's some kind of bird that's pissed off over there.
It sounds like a pissed off turkey.
It's not a turkey, I can guarantee you that.
Okay.
But it's some sort of aquatic turkey, I guess is what you call it.
Is it a pelican?
Some aquatic Florida turkey, maybe. I got Bart now in the studio here. I got Bart with me. Say hello, Bart.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Bart. Hopefully you're enjoying Apollo Beach there, brother.
I am. Very nice. Beautiful morning again.
Good. Great.
Our studio here is the gazebo. We sit in this gazebo and we look out at how great it is. So you guys have a great day.
You guys as well. Enjoy it, and careful of the aquatic turkeys. There it is.
Yeah, I heard it.
I heard it. Yeah. I heard 2 of them, I think. You can eat.
There's an echo.
You had to go shoo those off or something, man. I'm telling you.
They gotta go.
Hey, Bart.
Listen to this now. Hold on. Signing off from Mutual Omaha's Wild Kingdom down here in Apollo Beach.
Nice.
We're gonna take cover here pretty soon because.
Say hi to Jack
We're
Hanna
just
for
covered.
me.
Yeah. See you guys.
Yeah, we will. We will. You guys have a great day.
You too. See you guys. And Bird is really going at it. I'll say, when I was in Key West, there are these damn roosters every morning at like 4 a.m. There's roosters everywhere, and chickens just meandering around Key West, all in like the main. There's it's a key, so the whole thing is essentially the main thing. But in like the main drag, there's just a ton of these freaking chickens, and they start cackling and doing that at like 4 a.m. I hate them. They're like right outside your door, just going nuts. All right. See here. 608-321-1670. Our guy Johnny Cribbage. Hey, Johnny. Green Bay have been young. It is high time for the in-house step-up career years for Van Ness, Wyatt, Coop, Morgan, Ryan, J. Love, and more. Watson. Couldn't agree more, Johnny Cribbage. And Mississippi Drew. Yeah, Down Periscope could be one of the best submarine movies. Down Periscope could indeed be one of the best.
It's one of Scott's.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
And put up The Hunt for Red October up there.
Yeah. Das Boot. That's an old one.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Life Aquatic, does that count?
I think so. No, that's a ship. That's not a submarine, is it?
I mean, I think it's a sub. They're like below.
Yeah, but like you know, boats go below the water line, right?
Yeah, but they're like down there though. I think it's a sub.
Or is it like Jacques Cousteau, where there's a ship and then there's a sub they go down in?
Well, they got to go down to find that Jaguar shark.
I haven't seen it in a while.
Great movie.
Yeah.
I think it's a sub.
Okay.
What's the Steven Seagal one?
Under Siege?
That one rules.
Isn't that a boat though?
That could be a boat. That could be a boat.
And Under Siege 2 is a train.
It could be a boat. Could be a boat. All right, submarine movies. You got to be in the mood for those.
Yeah.
How much can you do in a submarine for a an hour and a half to 2 hour movie? How much can you do in a submarine? We'll come right back.
Is Over the Line.
It's also illegal.
It's not a
Over the Line will resume in 5 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 4 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 3 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 2 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 1 minute. Over the Line will resume in 30 seconds.
Well, apparently we've struck a chord with a lot of listeners here in a good way.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you just say things and they take a life of their own.
Why wouldn't you play Yellow Submarine?
What'd you say?
Nothing.
Could be my outro song. I think. But I'm gonna be honest with you, RJ.
Forgot about it.
I didn't even think to play Yellow Submarine. It literally didn't even dawn on me.
Or you could have played Under the Sea. Under the Sea.
I mean, this is Ringo's shining moment, all right? I wanted Ringo to have his day in the sun here. But people on the text line, people throwing in their favorite submarine movies. Our guy Mike in lacrosse. Knight Baker, USS Pintado, SSN 672, 1982, 1986. Das Boot is my favorite submarine movie in German with subtitles.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Coyote Mike, 2,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Steve from Monona, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. Great show. Watched when I was young. I always wanted to have my own flying sub and still do.
That was a show?
Mississippi Drew, Down Periscope. Yeah.
Oh, you remember the cartoon Aquanauts?
Yeah. Yes.
It was basically like the same cartoon. Just there was one in space, one in the air, one in the sea.
Yeah. So there you go. We just randomly talked with Eric on I-90, and people wanted to get out their favorite submarine movies. And this was all stemming from, I guess, the Green Bay Packers and free agency. How we got there, I can't quite remember. But I loved how we got there.
Eric brought up a sub movie.
Yeah, Crimson Tide.
Yeah.
The Crimson Tide. Not of Alabama.
No. Of Denzel Washington.
Yeah. And Gene Hack. The Hack Man.
Yeah. It was a good one.
Oh, yeah. All right, 608-321-1670. How are you feeling about the Packers after, dust settling a little bit here? Moves being made. And let's see, Javon Hargrave. Then you have Packers re-signed Jonathan Ford. Josh Wiley, the tight end, re-signing him. I know it's getting everyone fired up. Re-signing defensive end Bretton Cox Jr. Packers did agree to sign wide receiver and kick returner Sky Moore. Great name for a wide receiver. Sky Moore. You have the cut of Nate Hobbs. Benjamin St. Just. Packers signed the cornerback. We had some Commanders fans saying, you're not going to like it. You're not really that good. Packers re-signing linebacker Christian Welch. Quay Walker goes to the Raiders. Packers released Elton Jenkins. Where'd he end up? The Browns? Where'd Elton Jenkins end up again?
Browns.
Yeah, Browns, right?
Yep.
Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that, Elton.
Oopsies.
Yeah. Let's see. Darian Kennard. Packers re-signed him. Kingsley Igbenegbu goes to the Jets. Malik Willis. Here's the one. Dolphins get their guy, their quarterback, Malik Willis. Packer fans are beside themselves on this. Like, remember the conversation last year, RJ? Give Malik Willis the money and trade Jordan Love. I remember, not a lot, but some people saying that. And Rashawn Gary to the Cowboys for a 2027 fourth-round pick. A masterclass from Brian Gutekunst right there. Packers re-signed, Sean Ryan. Nick Neiman. The Packers re-signed him. And then the trade for Zaire Franklin. Colby Wooden goes, and the linebacker from Indianapolis comes in. So, and then I think the first move of it all, this wasn't free agency, just Packers re-signing. Running back Chris Brooks. I had to stop and kind of remember who he was for a second. All right, 608-321-1670. Submarine song. I don't want Yellow Submarine. Do you think of any aquatic submarine songs? Aquatic songs? RJ? No?
Smoke on the water. That one might be a little, a little more towards the.
This could sound a little cliche. This is the first song I learned on guitar. I think it's everyone's first song that they learn on guitar. Like playing the recorder.
Three Blind Mice.
Hot Cross Buns. Or
same song.
Yeah. Yeah.
How, that blew my mind when it was like, we're going to play Hot Cross Buns. And I'm like, why do I know this song? And I was like, I'm going to play Three Blind Mice. And they're like,
The Recorder. I think it was the teacher's way of getting back at parents, saying, hey, we have to deal with your kids for all day. Well, here's what's going to happen now. We're sending them home with an instrument that'll drive you nuts. We'll come right back soon.
Rule number 1, there are no rules.
This is Over the Line on the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Over the Line will resume in 3 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 2 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 1 minute. Over the Line will resume in 30 seconds.
Today around 1:30, down in the Chi, Chicago, Badgers take on Washington. Big Ten tournament. Washington beats USC in OT overtime yesterday. Entertaining game. Both teams had a chance to win it at the end. Both missed. Hence why it went to overtime. Badgers, last time they played Washington, it was a barrage of threes. Can they do it again? Well, that's how they play. 608-321-1670. Line 1, good morning. What we got? Hello? Line 1? Yeah. You were there. A little gun shy. Nervous? That's okay. Yeah, the Badgers. Around 1:30. Looking at the slate today, you have the Big Ten tournament starting off Iowa and Ohio State. That's at 11 a.m. And then if all things go planned, time-wise, then it will be Wisconsin watching that at 1:30. It'll be ish. You got Northwestern Purdue. And then your nightcap, Rutgers, UCLA. Now, when Wisconsin wins, they'll take on Illinois, the Fighting Illini, tomorrow at around 1:30. What do you want to see the Badgers do in the Big Ten tournament? Obviously, I want them to win. I'm going to be honest. Winning the whole Big Ten tournament, cool. But at the same time, at the end of the year, are you thinking to yourself, or looking back at this year, are you thinking to yourself, yeah, the Badgers won the Big Ten tournament? No. What you're thinking is, here's what happened in March Madness. No status yet on Nolan Winter. Greg Gard kind of gave an update earlier in the week saying that Nolan Winter was progressing, still battling, it's dubbed a lower body injury, but we all know it's an ankle injury. All Wisconsin's got it designated as his upper or lower body injury. So Nolan Winter, lower body injury, ankle. Gardo did say not sure about Big Ten tournament, but definitely NCAA March Madness tournament. Again, more will be revealed. Live by the 3, die by the 3. And right now, Wisconsin, they are, they're living, baby. They're living by that 3. And it is exciting. Let's see here. A question here from our guy, the worst Brewers fan. Will Braden Carrington make 9 threes today? No, or LOL. Hey, Badgers, again, road win's been incredible. Just got ranked now, just sneaking right on in there, and they'll be ready to go. And before you know it, it'll be next Thursday when March Madness begins, and then next Friday is Gregapalooza. Gregapalooza 4. That's in Appleton, Wisconsin. Anyone and everyone are welcome. Just drop a line, 608-321-1670. I can give you the address. It's our great listener, G-Dub, Greg in Appleton. It's his beautiful palatial, it's a garage, but it's not really a garage. It's an experience. We watch. I do the show there, live 6 to 10. We're grilling meats. We're drinking beer. We're playing games. We're doing karaoke. We're watching basketball. It is a beautiful thing. Gregapalooza 4 next Friday. All right, phone calls, hang on, because we got to take a break. We'll be right back. So
This is a Wisconsin Sports Zone update.
Well, Green Bay had made its first splash in free agency, agreeing to terms with former Minnesota defensive tackle Javon Hargrave. Roughly after an hour, he was released by the Vikings. It's reportedly a 2-year deal worth $23 million. Hargrave is entering his 11th year in the league. Packers will be his 5th team. He had 52 tackles, 3.5 sacks, and 4 tackles for a loss last year with the Vikings. He played for new Packers defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon for 2 years in Philadelphia, including one of the 2 years he went to the Pro Bowl. Meanwhile, several other reported moves became official yesterday as the new league year began. That included the trade of Rashawn Gary to Dallas for a 4th-round pick, the trade of Colby Wooden to Indy for linebacker Zaire Franklin, and the release of cornerback Nate Hobbs. The team also agreed to bring back restricted free agent Brenton Cox Jr. on a 1-year deal. Turning to Wisconsin basketball, they know their opponent for today's Big Ten tournament opener. It will be Washington after they held off USC in overtime down in Chicago. The Badgers beat the Huskies in Seattle 2 weeks ago when they hit 18 three-pointers, a program record for three-pointers on the road. It is still unclear if Nolan Winter will be available as he's still nursing an ankle injury. The winner of that game will move on to face Illinois Friday afternoon.
For nearly 40 years, ABC Wisconsin Apprenticeship has been helping men and women transform themselves into highly skilled trade professionals. These skills are in demand and provide strong wages and benefits for a bright future. If you're a hands-on person who likes the feeling when you get projects done, apprenticeship could be for you. Go to buildyourcareerwi.org or just search online for ABC of Wisconsin.
The Bucks are in Miami tonight. It's where they'll take on the Heat. Milwaukee has lost 6 of their last 7, which all those losses coming in blowout fashion. It has them now 5 games back of the final play-in tournament spot. For the Wisconsin Sports Zone Network, I'm Ebo.
Play it safe? Nah.
You gotta fight for your right.
We don't abide by your rules. Sometimes it's okay to get unruly. This is Over the Line from the Alpine Liquor Studio. Alpine Liquors, Dane County's largest independently owned liquor store, proudly serving DeForest and beyond.
All right, welcome back in. Zach Heilprin, our sports director, coming up bottom of the hour here. He's going to be absconding away to Chicago.
What do you mean bottom of the hour?
7:30. 7:30.
What?
Yeah, it's the bottom of the hour.
Why wouldn't it be? I don't get it.
7:30. And then 8:20, Rob Reichel, Forbes.com, Conley Media today. And then 9:30, doubling up on the Badger action, our guy Nick Osen. As Nick usually joins us Wednesdays, but with the scheduled basketball games, this and that, we was like, hey, how about Thursday? We can recap that. It said, Nick, for you, anything. So Zach Heilprin, 7:30, Rob Reichel, 8:20, Nick Olson, 9:30. We're dialed in. Now, I saw some people talking about this. When I opened up the show at 6 o'clock, by the way, the Packers, they got a Viking. They got a Viking. Usually, in all my years, it's been the other way around, where the Packers, release someone or don't want anyone anymore, and then the Vikings and the Bears will gobble them up. And we all will make fun of it and say, you're retreads. It didn't work out for you, and it won't work out for you. But now, it's the other way around. I'm just trying to process it. The player is, had success. Jonathan Gannon, the new Packers DC, while he was with Philadelphia, the Eagles, he had him as a player, and he did very well. In fact, I do believe he's a Pro Bowler one of those years. And that was, I think, meant a little more, maybe, potentially, to be a Pro Bowler. It's not like a Shedeur Sanders or a Rashawn or a Keyshawn Nixon kind of thing. I don't know. But Javon Hargrave with the Packers. And I was looking here, said, can someone tell me how to feel about this? And the response I saw said this: it's like we won the Super Bowl or that the organization is doomed. Pick one and go with it. Cheesehead. All right, let's see. 608-321-1670. Back to Apollo Beach. Eric, is that you? Eric in Apollo Beach?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. We figured out what that noise was.
The noise, it sounded like, on our end, I guess, it sounded kind of like a turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a pissed off turkey.
Pelican?
We got more important things to talk about, though, that we didn't talk about in our earlier call. We got distracted.
Yeah.
Is it Javon Hargrave that the Packers picked up?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Eric, for some reason I thought you knew it. Yeah, Javon Hargrave, formerly from your team, the Vikings.
I've watched every game and just don't remember hearing his name a lot, so I guess I'm on no impact for Viking fans on that. No impact whatsoever.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Okay.
We're going to see, right? So you got a new defensive coordinator. He may have played, or he may have coached this guy, played with this guy, played with his third cousin, whatever, met him at this, met him at that. Thought he was a really cool guy, and it's like, we got to get that guy over here. And sometimes, you know what? I think sometimes that works.
Yeah.
But it was like that Diggs, picking up that Diggs. Didn't Micah Parsons say that Diggs, he's a good guy, right? Remember? Wasn't that?
Trayvon Diggs?
And then they kind of pick him up, and they're maybe not. That's just how that goes sometimes.
Yeah. So, I think
the noise.
The noise. I'm curious. The noise.
It was what would be called a boat lift winch, letting out a boat down into the water directly across the water from me, like a missed Green Bay Packer field goal away from me.
That's not a bird.
That's what it was.
That wasn't a bird.
It wasn't a bird.
It wasn't a bird. That was a winch.
I'm telling you, it sounded just like
Letting
it
out.
just sounded like a pissed off turkey. I'm telling you.
It did. It did. So we're going to Costco today. I'm going to get a hot dog.
There you go.
And
Soda, $1.50.
And they never got this soda.
and a can of WD-40 for these guys across the way here.
Oh yeah,
and that's about the plan for today. So I just wanted to give you an update. That was not a wild bird. It was actually a mechanical recreation of it.
Yeah, it was.
You know what, Eric? You getting the can of WD-40 and you got that winch making all that noise. Can I just tell you a real quick story?
Sure, absolutely.
Sunday, Jen, my wife and I, we're doing a little pre-spring cleaning. Just need to get freshened. All the windows are open, and there's in my upstairs there's 4 doors, and 3 of the 4 had, like, when you would open and close it, was like, like that squeak.
Right.
And Jen was getting really annoyed with it, and I blew her mind, Eric. You know what I did?
You did.
You know what I did?
WD.
I got a can of WD-40 from the garage.
WD.
And like butter, dude.
Right.
Like butter.
Butter.
Right.
There's 2 things a man needs: can of WD-40,
duct tape,
and duct tape, and you're good to go. You can fix just about anything.
Well, you can, but I mean, that's a good package to have when you head out into the wilderness like I am down here in Apollo Beach. But a zip tie is always something that comes in handy.
Yeah.
Zip tie.
Yeah.
You got to have a couple of those. Do you know what WD stands for, don't you?
No.
Water displacement.
Really?
The whole thing is the whole title of that product is water displacement.
Well, I'll be damned.
And it was
it
was their 40th try at it.
It was their 40th attempt to create the formula to prevent corrosion in the airspace industry in 1952.
Water displacement.
Never
to create water displacement.
I never thought of that. Never bothered to look into why it was named that. How simplistic and incredible. Water displacement, 40th formula. Amazing.
The 40th try.
I want to know what the first 39, what happened there. Must not have worked.
I think Probst is going to invent his own, and he's going to call it WD-80 seasons. Yeah.
Well, Eric, you'll go get that WD-40. Enjoy the Costco hot dog with the
Costco,
soda,
baby.
And
I go to Florida to go to Costco. That's when you know that you're old.
Yeah.
Yep.
Eric, we love you, bud.
Yeah, have a great day.
See ya. Wow, you learn something new every day. I was not privy to that information. Also, I got one complaint about Costco quick here.
No, you don't.
This was
You bite your tongue.
no, man, I'm telling you. I think it was pre-COVID, and I think COVID got rid of it. You go get the hot dog and the soda, it's $1.50. Beautiful. I've never complained against that.
Yeah.
But they would have this magical little, it's like you'd spin this little wheel and diced onions would come out. So you had mustard, you had ketchup, you had relish, you had the relish in the little dispenser thing, and then you had a little onion cutter. I think now it's just ketchup and mustard. If we could bring back the relish and the onions, I would forever be in your debt, Costco. I think that went the way of the dodo bird in 2020. All right, 608-321-1670. Packers, we'll get more into the comings and goings. Rob Reichel, again, Forbes.com, Conley Media. I did see some people raise an eyebrow with the Packers thanking Nate Hobbs after they released him in a statement. My question would be, why? Shouldn't Nate Hobbs be thanking you?
Hey, they're trying to improve their image of being a organization that cares.
I don't know anyone that cared about Nate Hobbs.
Well, they got bad grades for caring about the team. Remember?
Now keep in mind it's a graphic. It says thank you, Nate Hobbs, and then it's, 2 pictures of him.
Thank you.
They did that to all the players that are down, but still, Nate Hobbs.
Hey, well,
what did he do? He appeared in 11 games with 5 starts last season, registered 26 tackles, 13 solo, 2 tackles for loss, and 2 passes defended. He signed with the Packers in March 2025 as an unrestricted free agent after spending first 4 NFL seasons with the Raiders.
He was on the roster.
He collected a lot of money, too, to do nothing. And then in the clean-out day, he basically told Packer fans it kind of was like a go F yourself statement, and then basically told us that God has these plans for him and we just don't understand.
All right.
Hey, but thank you.
Yeah, thanks, bud.
Line 2, good morning.
Whoa, what's going on, Evo?
Core. Sound like you're in a wind tunnel.
Yeah.
Corey and Marshall.
Really? I think it's probably my Bluetooth on the phone.
Oh.
Sometimes I have a bad connection when I call in, so.
Well, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Just sounded at first. What's up, baby? What's going on?
For whatever reason, Highway 30 here was a little bit loud on the tires this morning. I'm not quite sure what it is, but you know how that goes.
Hey.
Sometimes it's a little louder than you think. So your WD-40 is chemist is right in my wheelhouse. So I'm gonna bet that they probably had their basic formula dialed in after the 20th iteration, and then it was just tweaking it. But that formula is so secret. It's like the Coca-Cola formula. They've got it locked up in the original lab notebook in a safe at the company. And that's all that company makes is WD-40 type products.
Oh, really?
Or iterations of it. They tried expanding into other things, and then they all were unsuccessful. So they're just we're just gonna go with what we got here, and
just do this.
sometimes you gotta know. You just gotta know thyself, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I wonder too, RJ. What the F was that last night from the men's hockey team? They're not knowing thyself.
Yeah.
That was ugly.
That was absolutely horrible.
I actually
I
have.
don't know if you guys already talked about it or not.
No, I mean we did it in passing.
Yeah, we touched on it, just on how much of an embarrassment it was, and hopefully that doesn't knock them out of the tournament.
I have a comment audio from Mike Hastings if you guys would like to hear it.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
You want to hear it?
Yeah.
I would.
All right.
please.
I'm gonna hit play. I'm gonna hit play here.
I'd say it didn't start good and it got worse. First one, that's the only one that from the standpoint of a lot of things that happened tonight on the negative were deserved. And we've got to look at that. We've got to look in the mirror and understand that. I will tell you, I got a tough time with the first one, that we've got a defender staying in our end without a stick that's in the crowd, and there's 4 guys that can't see that. Now, that's one.
What?
And so you need to recover from one.
I could sense his bald head turning red as he's talking about this. As he's sitting there, because I've heard that same speech, and I like Hastings as a coach. That's probably about a handful, half dozen of times this year, RJ.
Yeah.
And Evo, that he's talked about lack of effort and that they just didn't make it happen. They blow out Penn State last weekend. At Penn State.
Yeah.
The team is very much if we feel like playing tonight, we're going to play. But if spring break is coming up and we really don't think we have to do anything here, we're just going to come out and throw this game away, as Sir Brooks said, it's
a throwaway game up in Rochester.
Throwaway game in frickin' Rochester
Who
here.
are we playing, Rammer? Sweden?
Sweden.
In the Olympics!
Goddamn right! I hope that I hope they still make the tournament, because they were. I mean, they're probably in. They were 10th in the pairwise, but you put up a performance like that, now you got. I think it's a couple weeks off now. Until
I'm texting Barry Richter right now. I am texting the pride of Wisconsin hockey, Barry Richter, right now. I would say Barry.
Because this weekend,
in there.
I'm texting.
This weekend goes to the semifinals, and next, so whatever. I didn't even look to see what happened the rest of the way in the Big Ten last night. So don't know who's moving on to play Michigan State. It's probably Ohio State because I don't think.
I think so. Michigan won last night, and I think Penn State beat
All right.
Minnesota.
So
before I hit send, can I ask both of you guys? I said this is the Barry Richter, national champion, Olympian.
What the hell's going on?
NHLer, hockey flow incredible. I said, Barry, are Badgers hockey making the tournament or what? Does that guy hit send?
Perfect.
You can hit send.
All right. Sure.
Perfect.
But yeah, it's really one of those.
Perfect.
I don't know how the pairwise, or even if it's also handpicked, how somebody can watch that game and say somebody got blown out by a team that's not making the tournament and have it look like that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what, nobody blamed but themselves. They'll come out and flopping around like they did last time on the ice. That was, I just listened to it on the radio, but you could just tell, like, there was a lot of groans from Posick and the guy who was his color commentator, and it was just like, it just seemed like a lack of effort and really lack of interest. I mean, because the spring break's coming up, and they've been watching their feature on Spittin' Chicklets. When they came into town, they got a little bit full of themselves and think they just walk into the tournament. But thinking about going out to the KK too much, as Dave from Monona would say, going down on State Street and hookers and blow, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I hope they
where's that at?
I hope they
Could you give me the address? I got to let people know not to go there.
Exactly. Before they burn it down, you never really know what's going to happen. So, yeah, I'm trying to put Cannon in a body bag in baseball. Tomorrow night we did hockey. Now it's time to put him in baseball body bag, too, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Put him in a body bag.
Yeah.
Evo, I think you're going to get to use that snowblower after all, too.
I don't want to.
You have a little faith.
No, I don't want to. I don't.
Well, let that WD-40 and get that thing lubed up.
I got my new snowblower. I haven't even put oil or gas in it. The tags are still on it. It's gleaming. It's a beautiful shine to it. I do not want to use it.
All right. Well,
I'll make my wife shovel again.
Fair enough.
Corey?
Fair enough.
You the man. See you, buddy.
Later, buddy. Bye.
Yeah, that Hastings. I texted Barry. The puck is in his zone.
You know what's awesome? I was just thinking about this.
What?
The U.S. has 2 teams that moved out of pool play in the World Baseball Classic.
2.
2.
USA
and Italy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Everyone. Yeah.
24 players on that team are from the United States.
Italia. They're representing their mother country, aren't you? Real quick before break, line 2. Good morning.
Ebo, how you doing, buddy? And
Denny and Holman.
Doing good.
What's up, Den?
Hey, what an embarrassment. That doesn't even describe that game last night. No. Man, oh man, that is unreal. When you leave your stick in the locker room, that is just unreal.
Doesn't help.
But I tell you, how do you guys feel? I know Robbie Reichel's not really that amped up about the Packers and who they've been signing. I mean, the latest one, no. Now, isn't he going to be 38 this year?
No,
in March.
The one they got from the Vikings, Javon Hargrave.
Yeah,
he's 33. Denny, 33.
Essentially, though,
is he 30?
Might as well be 38.
33.
Well, that's still pretty old for me, because they take a lot of damage, in the line. And
yeah, 33 in NFL years is. I don't know how much treads left on that tire.
The Bears they're hiring all these guys. They're getting all these players like Bush, and that wide receiver from the Lions. And who are we picking up? We're picking up Goody Shunta. I mean, it's just unreal. We just don't pick up quality players, and they can say what they want, that we don't have the cap and all that stuff. But when there is somebody out there, some team talks to them and gets them for a decent price, and I think that's all in Gutekunst. That's his negotiating. That's everything.
What do you call him? Goody can't, Goody won't, and
Goody shunt. And the thing is, Ebo, if we could like according to Rob said too, after the 3rd round, there's not a lot of linemen in the draft.
Yeah.
and it just kind of disappointing.
Well, I mean, the rounds, yeah, I mean, it's a good judge of talent, right? But Zaire Franklin, who the Packers just got from the Colts, he was a 7th-round pick, and he was he's a beast. So
right, and you know what they had too? They also had Hobbs leaving town with it was a mime, him leaving town with a bushel full of dollar bills in his truck.
Yeah. I think Steve Miller wrote a song about that, didn't he? It's called "Take the Money and Run."
The money and run, yeah. Him and the bank should do the same thing the way he played.
Denny,
hey, let's go Badger basketball today, though. Huh? We got to get
1:30, Denny. 1:30, baby.
time.
Lock in.
Yep. And also, if you like good girls basketball, the state tournament, the 50th start today.
Yeah,
there you go.
There's a lot of good basketball on TV.
Denny, a lot of good stuff coming out of Holman, especially you. We love you, brother.
Wow. Gee, thanks, man. You guys have a great day.
You too, Dan.
And don't work too hard.
Try not to.
Yeah, we try not to, Denny. See you, buddy. Much love.
Hey, Nebo, one more thing.
Yeah.
You need to start a segment on your show called due to your mechanical abilities that I know now, called Ebo's Fix It.
We'll work on a title. Yeah, Ebo's Fix It. Yeah. We'll work on a title.
Yeah, Ebo's Fix It. I thought of Ebo's Fix It Minute.
I'm sure
you could take all these different things you do, like your WD-40 and everything else, and just have a little minute there and tell your people,
Denny,
here's my little tip for today.
I'll give you one little thing I did too the other day. Okay, one little tip for you. I was down in my basement where my washer and dryer are, and I kept hearing a tung 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 tung. My dryer was my washing machine was a little uneven. So to fix it, Denny, I found some random cloth towel that was stuck in the corner, folded it up. Well, I didn't really fold it. I just kind of balled it up and jammed it under there, and it works now. It does. Now the washing machine's even. So there you go.
Now that's your second tip of the day. So WD-40 is the first one. This is your second.
Yeah. Denny,
that's a bonus tip.
We love you,
Once
buddy.
Once a week you could have bonus tips too.
Sounds good. See you, Denny.
All right, man. You have a great day, bud. It's great talking to you.
You too, as always. See you, Denny.
They have a bonus tip.
Now, maybe we could do that. We're spitballing names. Kinger, I don't know if this one has different connotations. He said you could call it Ebo's Handy Corner.
Yeah, good.
I don't know if.
I mean, you can't.
There's a little double entendre there, I think, though. I think there's a little.
You can't not do it.
My Handy Corner. Ebo's Handy Corner. That's.
What's wrong with it?
You could misconstrue it for something else.
Like what?
No, RJ?
You're a handy guy.
No, thank you. So basically, I would just devolve into old episodes of the Red Green Show. I just take out some duct tape and.
Let's take our handy dandy duct tape.
Because if they don't find you handsome, they can at least find you handy. We'll come right back soon.
Want to make an omelet, you got to break some eggs.
This is Over the Line on the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Over the Line will resume in 3 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 2 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 1 minute. Over the Line will resume in 30 seconds.
Bring me the Italian. Not the sub either. Good sub though.
Well, depending on where you get it from. True. Sometimes they F it up.
What's the best sub shop out there? I don't know. Elementary, downtown Madison.
I've never been there.
Oh, dude.
Okay.
The pastrami. Oh, baby.
Okay.
Oh, baby.
Hi. Different kind of subs we're talking about now.
Pastrami, the most sensual of all the meats, RJ.
Oh,
of
yeah.
the cured meats.
Oh.
Geno's is good too, yeah. No, but thank you, Italy. Thanks to Italy, Team USA has avoided an embarrassing first round elimination.
Yeah.
Beat up on Mexico 9-1. Thank you.
Thank you.
And that means Team USA. Could you imagine if your manager was out there saying you already were in the next stages? And he's an analyst, by the way.
Yeah.
And
Should
then
know this.
didn't analyze the numbers correctly. Your fate was in the hands of Italy and Mexico. Nothing you could do about it. And then Italy came through with a 9-1. Thank you.
Italy said, "We got you."
And how many on
U.S. number 2?
How many? What is it again, RJ?
What? 24 players born in the United States.
Or on Italy?
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you. Yeah. I think they were feeling a little of the USA in them when they're playing for Italy. Like, oh, yeah.
Maybe that's why they're. Well, I guess the soccer team wears blue jerseys. So I was gonna say maybe that's why they're wearing blue, but their World Cup teams also wear blue kits, if you will.
The kits. My mom's in Italy right now, actually.
Oh, hey.
She just texted me.
Nice. How's that going?
Well, let's see here really quick.
What time is it in Italy right now?
I think it's 8 hours ahead. You have to fact check me on that, though. We're headed to Rome right now. Been lucky so far for weather. I've had the best minestrone soup I ever had.
1:30 p.m.
She said her food's been so. My mom's a really good cook, and our food has been so far. But they're going like a big group traveling thing.
6 hours.
I think they just take you to like the generic-y. Is there generic in Italy? I've never been. All right, really quick. We got Zach Heilprin, our sports director, coming up. Let's squeeze one call in. Line 1, good morning.
Minestrone? Wow, that's cool. Hey, how's it going?
Tom and Egg Harbor. Hey, Tom.
Hey.
What's going on, man?
What was it? Denny just said that 38 is old for a defensive tackle.
The guy's 33. So.
Yeah, I know, but he might have been thinking about Cam Hayward. He just signed a 2-year deal, I think, with the Steelers to stay there.
Yeah.
He's like 38, 39.
Yeah.
He's been there for,
he
seems 20 years.
Yeah.
You really got to know what you're doing and like dialing your exercise, your training, your diet, to stay at 30.
Oh, man.
That's crazy. Like, that's wild.
Yeah. Yeah, and your so-called Viking fan, my buddy, he didn't know who Hargrave was?
He said his name wasn't ringing any bells.
Well, as soon as I heard that, I was watching that free agency frenzy yesterday.
Yeah.
As soon as I heard his name, I said, Goody, go get him. I mean, he had 3.5 sacks and 53 tackles or something.
Yeah,
He was pretty good.
He's a big he's a veteran disruptor.
Yeah. Yeah, as soon as I heard that, man, there we go. That would fit the bill, I thought.
Yeah, I'm just not used to, like, usually the Packers send guys off and then the Vikings or Bears will gobble them up.
Yeah, and they go that way, yeah. I was going to talk a little less wrestling while RJ is there.
Yeah.
I DVR'd Big Ten championships. Oh, my God. 3.5 hours. It wasn't even an hour, but watched Penn State win just about every match.
Well,
that was cool.
Would they end up winning 6
7
Big Ten titles?
7.
Yeah.
They won 7 out of, 10 or 12 classes?
That's
nuts.
Isn't that what Penn State always kind of does, though? Aren't they?
I mean, what? Not to where they haven't lost a match in like a duel in almost 90 straight duels. Had 8 shutouts this year.
Shutouts this year,
and like it's just ridiculous what Cale Sanderson has built there, and like Iowa State themselves, because he started his coaching career there, has to be kicking themselves. And I know Iowa State's coming around. They just beat Iowa in a duel this year for the first time in like 18 years.
Wow. Yeah.
So like it's just crazy what Cale Sanderson's doing. I'm pretty pumped. The Badgers got 8 into the NCAAs this year. 7 qualified through the Big Ten tournament,
cool.
and then I'm blanking on his name. Kid from Stoughton.
Boys, I hate to chase you off. We gotta hit a break and get to Zach Heilprin. Otherwise,
Nicolas Rivera.
Otherwise, we're not
at large bid.
Tom, feel free to double dip, Tom.
I know that Meerbrink was from Arrowhead too, huh? That Mitchell Meerbrink from Penn State.
Messenbrink. Yep, and then Cole Mirasola is also from Wisconsin.
Okay. Yeah.
Boys, Tom, I don't mean to. We just got to get the Zachy booth.
No problem.
Call back in or text me, whatever. We love you, Tom. See you, brother.
I don't want to be like Eric. Have a good day, guys.
See you,
Bye.
See you, Tom. Tom and Egg Harbor. Zach Heilprin, who's absconding away to Chicago today for the Big Ten tournament next.
Don't any of you have the guts to play for blood?
This is Over the Line.
I'm your Huckleberry.
On the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Over the Line will resume in 5 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 4 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 3 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 2 minutes.
Oh, baby. We now go to our knight of the Zone Kingdom, Sir Zach, the Brilliant. I'm just a Squire Ebo, and RJ over here as well. Sir Zach, the Brilliant, good morning.
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 Sir Ebo.
My lord.
Good morning.
Good morning, my lord.
Me lord.
By the way, I gotta say, a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. What a show! I'm in, dude. I'm fully in.
You made it all the way through without falling asleep?
Correct.
Okay, good.
I'm in, dude.
That's usually how I grade whether you like things or not. Do you fall asleep during it multiple times before you get through the first episode or the first 20 minutes of the movie.
Well, I full disclosure, I did fall asleep. I'll fall asleep twice.
Follow a sweep?
I fell asleep twice on 2 separate occasions to the first episode of it, but I was up late, then man, once you get, Sir Dunk the Tall. So, Zach, speaking of things that are tall, I don't know who this Richardson guy is. I've never heard of him before, but Nolan Winter, he's not playing, is he?
I don't think so. We'll see, though. I saw some pictures yesterday where he didn't have a boot on his foot or anything like that, so maybe he has really come along. But I don't know. I don't know if he's going to play. I'll say this: I don't think he should play. I don't think that there's a ton of value in him playing. Right? Like I don't know how better of a seed you're going to get this week. Like maybe you'll get to a 5, maybe, and like the worst that you're going to do is probably a 7. So I don't really. I guess maybe an 8 if you were to lose today, but I just don't think you're going to drop multiple seed lines or jump multiple seed lines if you win today and lose tomorrow. It doesn't make any sense to me. Or even make it to Sunday. Like it just doesn't make a ton of sense to me.
They're playing Washington, and did you say if they lose today they could fall to an 8?
No, I'm saying like I don't think that'll happen. Like I don't think you're going to. I'm sorry. That what I meant was like I don't think you're going to drop multiple seed lines. If you think that they're a 6, are they going? Would they drop all the way to 8 if they would lost today? If they didn't have Nolan Winter, I don't think so. I guess I think was Go ahead. Sorry.
No. I was going to say I liked your psyop, Zach, of just tell everyone that everything's fine with Nolan Winter. Everything's great. It's hunky dory. He's fine, and then let the selection committee be like, all right, cool. We'll give you a 16 then. I think that's great.
Again, I don't know if that's it's going to end up being the case. I don't think he. Someone said that I said he was done for the year, which isn't right at all. I never said that. I just said I think that there's no value. There's no value in Greg Gard telling us exactly how healthy or unhealthy Nolan Winter is. Right?
Who said that?
He's saying he's definitely playing next week, and I believe that. That's what matters.
Who said that? You said he was up for the year. I never heard that.
Someone apparently was on, those message boards. Right? And then someone got in my mentions about it, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Zach, the haters are never mad enough. Who cares? So, Washington wins yesterday over USC in overtime. I was watching that game. Yeah,
great game.
They both had chances to win it at the end there, but both, 2 bricks. And then
you know why the record is what the record is.
Yeah. So, Zach, can Sir Zach the Brilliant, can you regale us with tale of times gone by of what Wisconsin did to Washington when they smoted them?
18 3-pointers, a school record on the road, and that was just 10 days ago, 10 days ago. Yeah. It hasn't been very long since Washington did that, but I don't know if you saw this, Evo.
Yes.
One of their guys gave Wisconsin some bulletin board material yesterday.
Oh! I did not.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
No. I
did.
RJ saw it. All right.
Yeah.
Please.
So go to my timeline.
I think I see it right here.
Yeah.
Is it about?
Can you read that for me?
This guy talking about John Blackwell
and Nick Boyd.
Yeah.
Here we go. Diallo, is that how you say his name? Correct?
Yep. Diallo. Yep.
He says, as in Diallo, I think I can get downhill better than Boyd, and I feel like Wes Yates, can shoot it better than Blackwell. To be honest with you. Oh wow.
Yeah.
So, and this is after they just put 18 threes on them and manhandled them. Yes.
Yeah, I believe their coach said something about was asked, "What do you do this time?" He goes, "Well, hopefully they don't hit 18 threes."
Yeah.
Well, I mean, hope is not a method, sir.
Correct.
The great Paul Chris told me that.
So, and then the winner takes on the Badgers, obviously. Illinois tomorrow. Yes.
Yes.
What's your day looking like? You we're out of bed, hopefully getting clothed sooner than later, and then what are we doing for a trip down to Chicago? Do we stop anywhere?
No, we're going straight through. We're going. It's a long drive, obviously. 2 hours and 15 minutes. Probably traffic's probably gonna be like 2:45. But yeah, getting there and getting to my seat, and apparently it's up in the rafters, which is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
The big tennis doors.
The Big Ten is what?
The worst.
The Big Ten is the worst. If I wanted to watch a game from the top of a stadium, I'd pay. But no, it's hard to complain about it. But yeah, the Big Ten. I'm going to post this later once I get the picture of where I'm sitting. First Big Ten tournament I covered was 2014, and my seat was right behind the Wisconsin bench.
Yeah,
really.
Had to stand up to be able to see over him. It was right there. And this one, Evan Flood from On 3 was there last night. Was there yesterday. Seat was probably at the top of the stadium. So yeah,
it was
they just don't treat people right anymore.
Was that like
and
when
by people I mean the media?
Is it because they went away from the pinwheel logo?
Is that like the Jordan Love treatment? Was it Arrowhead? In Arrowhead when they gave his family literally. I think they propped up 2 seats outside of the stadium. They're like, just bolt these here.
Zero respect. Wow. Zero respect for Jordan Love's family and zero respect for the media.
And zero respect for Zach Heilprin. Wow.
Yeah. Mm.
Where's our photographer Macy Jordan going to be?
I have no idea. She's been down there for 4 days already.
I know. Why don't you put on one of her vests? The Big Ten. Then I think you get courtside.
I should have gotten a blue. I should have put in for a photography.
Then you'd be right there.
Could be sitting.
Tough scene for me.
Yeah.
One time, Zach, I always got media credentialed for the Brewers, and I'm like, I'm not staying in the media box. I walked around and grabbed some beers and had the time of my life. I don't think I think that's frowned upon, but I did that.
It's once you're in, does it matter?
I know. So
kind of like if you're going to a golf tournament and you get in for one reason, and
I did that too. Yeah,
have a few drinks.
I got the media pass in, and then I tucked it underneath. I don't even think I tucked it in my shirt. I just walked around, grabbed a beer.
You didn't tuck your shirt in. No.
I didn't tuck my shirt in, nor my media pass.
Right.
I let that baby hang, and then all of a sudden I saw some of your brethren, and they looked at me, they looked at the beer, they looked at me, they looked at the beer, and we don't do that.
You do realize I had one in my hand as well.
No, that's what I'm saying. I corrupted you. I'm saying we don't do that. I'm saying no, I'm not we. I'm me. So Zachy, other than that, I guess you already kind of talked about saying how much of a run in the Big Ten tournament doesn't really matter. Yeah, exactly. It's all about March Madness. Other than that, Zach, with the Packers, the comings and goings, I guess, of free agency here, what I've been talking about this, that usually it's the other way around. The Packers send off someone, and the Vikings and the Bears get up their leftovers. But now, is this a leftover situation, or is this a good move for the Packers?
Well, they need some help. I think it's Brian Gutekunst's doing something different, bringing in veterans that are over 30. What's gotten into this guy? A little midlife crisis for Goody? Wants to have some guys closer to his age, or what?
Maybe he was sick of everyone saying, "Well, they're the youngest team in the NFL."
Aren't you kind of sick of saying
I was sick of it 2 years ago.
Yeah. It was a needed spot. I mean, it was a needed move. They've traded away some of their interior depth, wouldn't you say, on the defensive line the last year plus. So yeah, that one was needed. Apparently, a lot of people are very excited about having a kickoff returner as well. And Benjamin St. Juste, who got worked by Quintez Cephas in 2019 when he was at Minnesota.
Yes.
A nice little addition there. Hopefully, he doesn't have to play a lot.
Yeah, we had some Commanders fans calling in yesterday saying you're not going to like this guy.
Commanders fans?
Yeah, Doug and
there are. Okay, sorry, my bad.
Oh yeah, they're Commanders fans.
I didn't know you had all 32 teams represented on the show. That's my bad.
I don't know if. No, we've had a Browns fan call in. Zach, other than that, last thing for you, Romeo Doubs. Getting up to $80 million. The question I had for you, and people were talking about this yesterday, do you think the Packers would end up paying Christian Watson $20 million a year coming up when the contract ready?
Probably.
It's just.
But I mean, Romeo Doubs has relatively stayed healthy, and he produces when the ball comes to him mostly, unless it's an onside kick. He's for the most part, he has outside of when he didn't want to play because he was upset about not getting the ball, and outside of the onside kick thing, he's been a model citizen and produced. And Jordan Love seemed to have a lot of confidence in him.
Yeah.
So I think they'll miss that. The Christian Watts thing, stay healthy.
Yeah. And Jordan Love even invited Dobbs to his wedding. So much he liked him. Zach?
And who was not invited to his wedding?
That's a great question.
Was Watson there? I'm asking. I don't know.
I don't know. I'd have to go look at the pictures. Zachy, I want you to have a great time in Chicago for the Big Ten tournament. Do you have accommodations to stay, or are we flying by the seat of our pants here?
Seat of pants.
Are you a Marriott man or a Hilton? I forget. Hilton? Marriott? What are you?
Marriott.
Marriott man.
Marriott man.
He's a Marriott man.
Well, once you start down that road and you get all those points, you just got to keep on building them up.
Keep on keeping on.
Zach?
Yes. I will just say this. I am at about 5:59 tonight. I'm going to be hurting.
I know.
I'll just say that.
I'm going to miss you at Moncton Sun Prairie. Market Plunder said he's going to come through, so it'll be very interesting.
You're not taking anybody else with you?
Why? No, I'm a pro. Zach, I'll have an extra beer for you, brother. All right.
All right. Appreciate you.
Much love, man. Talk
later,
later.
guys.
Yeah.
Zach Heilprin, our sports director, right there, going to the Big Ten tournament now. We'll come right back. News of the Weird next.
Don't any of you have the guts to play for blood?
This is Over the Line.
I'm your Huckleberry.
On the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Over the Line will resume in 3 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 2 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 1 minute. Over the Line will resume in 30 seconds.
All right, welcome back in. Thanks to our sports director, Zach Heilprin, as always. We love that guy. going to the Big Ten tournament. I'm glad it's in Chicago. I don't want to have Zach drive to Indianapolis, you know. He does love his history podcast and I think it's like Who Done It Murder podcast. All right, RJ, news of the weird.
Yeah.
Animal Farm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you ever read it?
Yeah.
Great book. But this one's mostly just chickens taking over instead of the animals wanting to do a coup. The quote, they're everywhere. Chickens overrun Old North Sacramento neighborhood, leaving residents frustrated. We've had the turkeys attacking in Janesville. Remember that? Now we have neighbors estimate there are 100 chickens in their area, making the city, let's see here, overwhelmed by a growing population of chickens, with the city unable to assist due to staffing constraints. 100 chickens running amok. They're everywhere. It's annoying. It's like we live on a chicken farm, said Philip Mail. Chickens, again, this is like we were talking about when I was in Key West. Chickens are everywhere. I have a solution, I think. Yeah. It's like the turkeys in Janesville that were bugging everyone.
The jive turkeys?
It's free-range roaming food. RJ, when I grew up, I was on a small hobby farm.
Well, that's a little different.
We raised chickens.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the first time I whapped the chicken's head off. My older stepbrother thought it would be hilarious. He's like, hey, do this. I did it. You know what the head did, RJ? It started, its mouth, and eyes were moving, and you know what its body did?
Kept running.
It kept running around.
I was like,
I was like 6 years old.
Running like a chicken with their head cut off.
Then you know what happened after that, RJ?
You understood the idiom.
You know what happened after that, RJ?
What?
You boil the chicken to get all the feathers off, and then later that day we ate the chicken.
Yeah. How was it?
It was good.
All right.
I still kept thinking about it, looking at me, though, when his head was lopped off.
Was it a little tougher than the big old hobby farm chicken?
Well, those are one of the bigger ones.
The industrial farm chickens? You know, because they don't let them move.
Yeah,
so
these ones move.
So like, the meat's more tougher when it moves more.
Oh, yeah, I know. The city is asking these residents to trap the chickens themselves and bring them to a shelter.
Yeah, okay.
You can just eat them.
Well, are wild turkeys a little more gamey? Or wild chickens a little
Protein's
more
protein,
gamey?
RJ. It's free. It's free gains.
I guess you could doctor
free
it up
gains.
to make it taste better.
All right, we'll talk some Packers coming up.
When you need a bit of loving, 'cause your man is
This is a Wisconsin Sports Zone update.
Well, Green Bay had made its first splash in free agency, agreeing to terms with former Minnesota defensive tackle Javon Hargrave roughly after an hour he was released by the Vikings. It's reportedly a 2-year deal worth $23 million. Hargrave is entering his 11th year in the league. Packers will be his 5th team. He had 52 tackles, 3.5 sacks, and 4 tackles for loss last year with the Vikings. He played for new Packers defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon for 2 years in Philadelphia, including one of the 2 years he went to the Pro Bowl. Meanwhile, several other reported moves became official yesterday as the new league year began. That included the trade of Rashawn Gary to Dallas for a 4th-round pick, the trade of Colby Wooden to Indy for linebacker Zaire Franklin, and the release of quarterback Nate Hobbs. The team also agreed to bring back restricted free agent Brenton Cox Jr. on a 1-year deal. Turning to Wisconsin basketball, they know their opponent for today's Big Ten tournament opener. It will be Washington after they held off USC in overtime down in Chicago. The Badgers beat the Huskies in Seattle 2 weeks ago when they hit 18 three-pointers, a program record for three-pointers on the road. It is still unclear if Nolan Winter will be available as he's still nursing an ankle injury. The winner of that game will move on to face Illinois Friday afternoon.
For nearly 40 years, ABC Wisconsin Apprenticeship has been helping men and women transform themselves into highly skilled trade professionals. These skills are in demand and provide strong wages and benefits for a bright future. If you're a hands-on person who likes the feeling when you get projects done, apprenticeship could be for you. Go to buildyourcareerwi.org or just search online for ABC of Wisconsin.
The Bucks are in Miami tonight. It's where they'll take on the Heat. Milwaukee has lost 6 of their last 7, which all those losses coming in blowout fashion. It has them now 5 games back of the final play-in tournament spot. For the Wisconsin Sports Zone Network, I'm Ebo.
Play it safe? Nah.
You gotta fight for your right.
We don't abide by your rules. Sometimes it's okay to get unruly. This is Over the Line from the Alpine Liquor Studio. Alpine Liquors, Dane County's largest independently owned liquor store, proudly serving DeForest and beyond.
All right, welcome back in. Rob Reichel coming up here. We've got a lot of comings and goings for the Green Bay Packers free agency. You had legal tampering on Monday, a little more legal tampering on Tuesday. Then yesterday, the new league year started, and things could get finalized. You get more details out. And again, I got to ask Rob about this. Usually, normally, in my lifetime anyways, I 38 years old. When I first came into being aware, when my frontal lobe started, the synapses were firing when it comes to football, the thing I knew and loved was Brett Lorenzo Favre. That was, my childhood, Brett Favre. And then that turned into Aaron Rodgers. It's been a thing of beauty, There is a brief memory of the Magic Man. I had his poster, when he's standing there with the wand and the mullet. And I had the poster as a kid. That's like something that really sticks out in my mind. But it's Brett Favre, and then it's Aaron Rodgers. And in that time as a Packer fan, you kind of had a little strut. You kind of had a little cock to your walk a little bit. You're peacocking around because you got the MVPs, you got 2 Super Bowls, another one with Pierce with Favre, and you're feeling good. Like I'm a Packer. For the G stands for greatness. And then you kind of look down upon the Bears, the Vikings, and especially the Lions. For my whole life, looking down on the Lions, you kind of just felt bad for the Lions. And in that time frame, there would be players that would leave the Green Bay Packers. They wouldn't re-sign and cut them, whatever. And you'd see the Vikings or you'd see the Bears pick them up. And you'd laugh and say, oh, that is just classic, dude. You're swimming in my wake. The scraps. You can have fun. It ain't going to work out for you. And it never really did. There may be a couple of times when the Packers would get someone from, their rivals, the Bears or the Vikings. But for the most part, you would look at the Packers, off would go so-and-so, and the Vikings or the Bears would pick them up, and you'd have a lark about it. You'd chuckle. So today, last night, reading the news, the Packers trying something different. They go get a Viking scrap. And when I say scrap, I don't mean like he's a bad player, but they had tossed him away. And the Packers like, all right, we'll take the defensive tackle, Javon Hargrave. Sure, why not? I'm just trying to come to terms with how to feel about it. Now, again, it's not a knock on the player. 33 years old, 2-year deal. They say still is one of the most disruptive interior defenders in football. And he's reuniting with Jonathan Gannon, the coach who once brought out his best in Philadelphia. So, again, the last season didn't flash the biggest for Hargrave, who finished 3.5 sacks, 31 pressures. But they said the underlying numbers were terrific. Among defensive linemen with at least 100 pass rushing snaps in 2025, Hargrave ranked 17th in pass rush win rate and 11th in pass rush win rate against true pass sets. So there you go. There's the Pro Football Focus stats thrown out at you there. And then while looking at the last 3 seasons, which includes 2025, and then 2 seasons before that in San Francisco, Hargrave ranks 6th among defensive linemen in pressure rate and 2nd in quick pressure rate, trailing only Chris Jones per Next Gen Stats. So this guy is, I guess, as billed, still a big-time disruptor. So again, I'm trying to work through the emotion of essentially so long of my life being we cast away people and then we chuckle at the Bears and the Vikings that get it. But now again, but this guy looks like, legit. We'll talk to Rob Reichel coming up 10 minutes, 15 minutes about it. Real quick, I did see Schefter and his crew giving their little snippet blurb about it.
All right, Laura, moments ago, Javon Hargrave, released by the Minnesota Vikings, finds a new home in the division with the Green Bay Packers, a 2-year, $23 million deal, including $13 million guaranteed. So he goes from Minnesota to Green Bay, a big deal with the Packers.
Quick reaction.
Huge for Green Bay. That was a massive hole for their football team and their defense, defensive interior, defensive tackle. Very good addition. Hargrave's still a good player.
Mina, quick.
Yeah, I just love when teams make signs like this that give them a little bit more flexibility in the draft. Obviously, don't have a lot of picks either, but Dan's right. This was a huge need for Green Bay, so I do think this makes a ton of sense for them.
The dynamite dropping. 608-321-1670. Let's go to the phones. Line 1, good morning. Matt in the darkness. Was bro, I put Marquette on the Peacock yesterday. Just fell a little short.
Yeah. The cock went it was a little limp, a little short there for the old Marquette Warriors, as good old Pete would call it. Yeah, disappointment.
I was rooting for. I wanted to see Marquette win.
Yeah, well, you also got spammed with 20 Nigel James Jr. Freshman of the Year posts,
and I appreciate that. I enjoyed every one of them.
I appreciate you tuning in to the cock to see Marquette lose to Xavier.
Yeah.
Pathetic. No, it was a good game though. That was a hell of a game.
It was fun.
Man, it is March. No, man, like when a Big East first round game ends up 86 or 88, 86 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The scores just go up. The best players just show up. I saw that. I like to watch BYU a lot because they got that DeBonsta, the $7 million Mormon man. He's like the number 1 or number 2 draft pick. I saw he dropped 40 in their first tournament game, and they're going into the tournament unranked. BYU choked hard this year.
Well, their other big guy went down, right? So.
Yeah, Richie Saunders. Yep. But yeah, the best players really do show out in March, man. It's awesome. So, despite that, we can move on to Bucky today. Let's go.
1:30-ish. BTN.
1:30-ish? Yeah. Was that game, the USC game was yesterday?
USC Washington? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know.
Washington won in OT. That was an entertaining game, too.
Which is surprising. Yeah. I'll have to check the highlights of that, which is surprising because we smoked Washington. So that's actually, and we lost to USC, so that's a lot better for us, right? I mean, like we said. Yeah. Not that it totally matters, but it'd be nice to let's just win one Big Ten tournament game, and then we'll see what happens.
It's all about the end. It's all about March Madness, baby.
Yeah, and we're primed for March right now. One thing, too, dude.
Yeah.
I just watched because they had to move. They moved the Mexico-Italy game to FS1 instead of Tubi because of the results. But the Tubi game, which I don't have Tubi,
it's free.
Oh, really? God,
I'm all in on Tubi. You just got to watch some commercials.
I could have been watching.
You could have been.
I could have been watching Dominican Republic, Venezuela.
Dude, I'm telling you, Tubi. You have to watch a little commercials, from time to time during the movies or the shows. I like the commercials because it gives me an opportunity to get up, stretch a little bit, or go to the fridge, or go to the bathroom. I like breaking up the monotony of it. I like Tubi, and it's got every Jean-Claude Van Damme action flick you could ever imagine on it.
Oh, okay, and it's free. Okay,
and
well, I get confused. Tubi, Fubo, what are these? What are these things?
Fubo or Fubu?
Fubo, I think, or Fubo. Isn't that? Or no. Flow. I think I just made that up completely. Flow Sports is an app. Flow. My bad. Anyway, that's how deep. That's how deep these streaming services are taking us. We don't even know what we're making. I'm making up names. Yeah, you watch the game on Flubo or whatever it's called. Can't watch the game tonight because it's on Fluby TV or whatever they call it.
Oh yeah, Fluby. Yeah, I canceled that last week.
Yeah. But if any true baseball fans watched or have 5 minutes today, watch the highlights of Venezuela versus Dominican Republic. Absolutely insane. And the game was meaningless. They were both undefeated, but it was just a straight rivalry matchup. Down in Miami, dude, the next time I'm going. I have to go to the World Baseball Classic. And I only want to see the Latin teams play.
Oh, it's La Pasión, dude. La Pasión.
Oh, my God. Like, I've always wanted to go to a game in, like, Mexico or Dominican Republic or somewhere, like, even being a, ginger, I would stand out like a complete sore thumb. But you know what, dude? I want to party with the Hispanic baseball fans for sure. It looks looks
well, you didn't
very
say
fun.
You didn't say anything.
Yeah, it looks fun is what I was going to say.
It looks fun. Looks
very effing fun.
Yes. I know, dude.
So check that out. Yeah. And
you didn't. I noticed you didn't speak on the Team USA advancing though because of Italy whooping ass on Mexico.
Yeah, whatever, dude. We'll see. We'll see. They were hanging by a thread,
Yeah.
Well, they can't compete, man. They're gonna get their ass kicked by Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic roster, dude. Talk about roster baiting. Man, since I got kicked out of my fantasy baseball league 2 years ago, when I look at that Dominican Republic batting order, it does a little something for me as a baseball guy. Stacked.
Can I just give you a little just one little stat here before I let you go, Matt?
Yes. Love the stats.
Team Mexico hitting 300 and with a hit last night. Joey Ortiz.
Joey-O.
Batting 300. Joey Ortiz.
We believe in Joey-O.
And Rowdy Tellez batting 111, getting a pinch hit there. And
Rowdy.
Yeah.
We all love a good Rowdy. What's one last thing? I just thought. I just saw an article that Alex Cora, the Boston Red Sox manager, is fully endorsing Caleb Durbin. Excited to see him
Derbs,
play.
dude. The dirty Derbs.
May even consider announcing him the opening day third baseman this year.
Love it. Matt, you're the man, brother.
All right, bro.
Much love.
All right, peace.
See you, buddy. All right, we got Rob Reichel coming up. One more, though. Line 2, good morning.
Hey, what's going on, Ebo? Matt to Matt, what's up, brother?
Matt in the darkness to Matt in Cross Plains. What's up, brother?
Hey, how about the Vinny Pasquantino?
Hey, get the gabago, Malone.
Like the pasta. Now we got to play Canada, though, so I don't know. Canada's pretty good.
Team USA ready to tune them up, dude.
What
is that?
About the hockey game.
So tomorrow at 7, U.S. versus Canada.
I'm actually driving right by Matt in the darkness of his house right now. Hey, Matt, what's happening, brother?
You know where his house is?
Yeah, I picked him up one time.
Wow, he's I don't even know, I don't know his nothing. I don't know. He's so secretive. Wow.
He lives in an undisclosed location in Middleton, so somewhere.
Oh, okay. We whittled it down to Middleton. Okay.
Sorry, Matt. Sorry, I won't tell him where you live.
No, I knew he was in Middleton. He told me he was in Middleton.
Yeah. No, I didn't watch any baseball last night. I just watched the highlights. Stuck on this space program called For All Mankind. It's pretty interesting.
For all mankind.
Yeah. It's about like if the Russians would have landed on the moon first, and blah blah blah. So that's pretty interesting.
Is it like a documentary or is it a TV series?
No, it's a TV series.
Oh, okay.
Pretty good.
Gotcha.
Everybody's ripping cigs constantly in there, so it's just like you want to smoke every time you watch it.
I just finished Mad Men. I don't know if you've ever seen that. They're ripping. They probably smoke like 200 heaters an episode. I'm like this. They're getting hammered at work, taking naps at work. I'm like, this looks
smoking
awesome.
in airports and on planes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, the poor astronaut's wife, her son gets in a bike accident. She's sitting at the hospital ripping cigs in the hospital.
I know doctors used to prescribe them. Think of that.
Yeah, well, we could only go back to the 40s and 50s,
Yeah, for some of it, not all of it. There's other things.
Yeah, not all. Yeah, only parts of it. But anyway, Joey Ortiz, he's hitting well. looking good. I don't know. I'm still thinking the Brewers are going to win under 86 games this year.
What are your Cubbies going to win?
Oh, I don't know. They'll probably underwhelm as usual,
Sure.
but I think they get 90 at least. It's going to be a tight race between the Brewers and Cubs again, but it's because you can never count out the Brewers and George Webb and the free hamburgers. So
I could go for a hamburger right now, dude. Yeah, hungry.
yeah, we'll keep an eye out. I had a granola bar this morning and it had a lot of fiber and protein in it though, so that's good.
Well, gotta stay regular, Gotta stay regular.
Yep. Gotta get that like 18 grams of fiber a day they recommend, or 20 grams. I don't know what it is.
I made an all egg white egg bake with a little mushroom, a little onion in there, and then I roasted some sweet potatoes. Ate half of that. It's beautiful.
All right.
Yeah.
Was that part of your breakfast food prep?
Correct. You would be correct. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Matt?
That's good. Just put them in a little muffin cup. All right. Yeah, you have a good one, man.
You too,
Sonny,
brother.
we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Much love, man. See you, buddy. All right, Rob Reichel coming up, Forbes.com, Conley Media. I see the phone still. Sorry, phone. I got to, I want to, when I see the green light flash, it's like a moth to the flame. I got it, but I can't. Restraining myself. Rob Reichel coming up. We got to get to Robbie. A lot of comings and goings for free agency for the Green Bay Packers. I really want to see who's on the phone. Corey and Marshall said, egg white only, egg bake? Yeah, I ran out of eggs, so I just had egg whites. It's more of a souffle-y kind of thing. It's really good, though. Hey, who's this? Line one, hello.
Evo.
Ronnie, we're just running to break run. I got to get to Rob Reichel. You want to call back, or do you just want to get anything out there really quick here?
Hey, I watch Tubi TV all the time.
Tubi rules, Ron. Tubi rules.
Go Bucky. So
Ron, do you got a favorite? There's like awesome 80s to 90s action flicks on there. Do you watch any of those?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Ron, we love you, buddy. Go Bucky, all right?
Yeah, that's a movie I watched Saturday. Was a long movie. James Woods and Robert De Niro, Once Upon a Time in America.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Ron. Great movie. Gangsters.
Yeah.
Ronnie, we love you, buddy. Go Badgers.
Okay.
See you,
Go Bucky. Yeah, okay. Bye.
See, I had to go to I just can't help myself. The lights flash, I have to. Rob Reichel, next.
Why don't you talk in the microphone? I got a backup mic right here.
This is Over the Line.
Check 1, 2. Testing. Yeah, they both working, and guess what? They don't like no feedback. What's up?
On the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Over the Line will resume in 3 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 2 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 1 minute. Over the Line will resume in 30 seconds.
Huh. Let's see here. Usually I can craft some parody to a Led Zeppelin song to fit the narrative I'm going to have with Rob Reichel and what's happening here. Misty Mountain Hop. Robbie, I'm at a loss for this one. I'm at a loss. I really don't know what time it is. So I asked Robbie if he could stay a while to talk free agency.
How about this? How about this? Crowds of people sitting at Lambeau Field with foam fingers in their hands, yelling, "Hey, Goody and Matt, do you want to score?"
Rob, that's why I love you. Every
now and then, Evo.
You pick me up when I'm down, Robbie. Not saying I'm down, but well done, Robbie. Well done. Good. I don't think I've ever played this song when you've come on.
No, I don't think we've had this one either.
Big jam, Rob. Hey, Rob. All right. I got to ask you something, buddy. So, Forbes.com, Conley Media, Rob covering the Packers. How many years now, Rob? 20 what?
Last year was year 25. I
Damn.
started in 01.
Damn.
Yeah, fun stuff.
Congratulations on that. Rob, I would say probably for those 25 years for me, if not maybe a little longer, I've always kind of scoffed and chuckled and laughed. I'd have a lark about it. I'd see the Packers, release someone or, cut whatever, and then the Vikings or the Bears would pick up our scraps. And then we'd all laugh at them, be like, good luck, it's not going to work. But now the Packers picking up someone who the Vikings released, Robbie, who goes by the name of Javon Hargrave. This is not scraps, though, right? Is this a good move for the Green Bay Packers?
Oh, I think it's a really good move.
Okay,
and
good.
Evo,
Good.
I think we talked about this last week or Tuesday or somewhere in there, and I said it was not a good defensive tackle market in free agency. The guy from Denver that went early was the only one who was probably going to get big money, and after that, everybody was kind of older and beat up. And I thought Gutekunst. Listen, right? No, I've told you this in the past. The number one need to me was corner. The number two need was defensive tackle because in the last 12 months here, they've lost T.J. Slayton in free agency, and they've traded Kenny Clark and Coley Wooden. And they really have done very little to replenish that position. Hargrave, Evo, is a very underrated, sneaky signing. Could turn out to be a really good one. It's very un-Gutekunstish. He's 33, right? And we know how Gutekunst usually feels about guys on the wrong side of 30. Evo, but over the last 3 years, he spent 23-24 in San Francisco. He spent last year with the Vikings. He's sixth in the whole league. So he's been on the wrong side of 30 all those years, Evo. He's sixth in the league among defensive linemen in pressure rate, and he's second in something they call quick pressure rate, which is really impressive. Last year in Minnesota, his numbers don't jump off the chart, Evo, but he did have 31 pressures, which is a pretty good number for an inside pass rusher. And when you pair him now with Devontae Wyatt, I think they've got a couple of guys inside that can cause some damage, especially because so much attention is going to be focused on Parsons whenever he comes back. And even though he had 3.5 sacks, Evo, he's got roughly 50 career sacks in 10 years, so he gets 5 a year.
Mm-hmm.
Last year in Minnesota, Evo, he was 17th in that pass rush win rate category again among defensive linemen with at least 100 pass rushing snaps. He's really good against the pass, Evo. Listen, moving on from Slayton and Clark and Wooden, they didn't have a whole lot there next to Devontae Wyatt. Carl Brooks now slides back into that role where he should be as the third or fourth defensive tackle. They're probably not done yet. They'll add another player there, either in the draft or, again, a bit player in free agency, Evo. But I like a lot of what Gutekunst has done here in the last 72 hours, really, since the legal tampering period started. And then yesterday when they could start signing guys, Evo, I think he's had a couple of under-the-radar, pretty sneaky signings. He hasn't gone out and spent the big money like he had the last couple of years on Jacobs and Xavier McKinney and Nate Hobbs and Aaron Banks. Those guys, really good class in 24, missed on it last year. These have been kind of under-the-radar, second-tier signings, Evo, but I between Hargrave and Sky Moore, we'll see what they can get out of the corner we talked about the other day, St. Just. But I like so far what he's done, Evo.
Yeah, okay. If you like it, Robbie, I'm liking it. All right. So we were talking about the Packers potentially being stale coming into the season or feeling stale. Has this refreshed it a little bit? We got a little more crunch to him now, Rob?
Well, the head coach hasn't changed, and his coaching staff. Maybe it's moved 1 or 2%. It hasn't moved much. Right. No, I mean, again, these were with what they were going to lose and what they have lost in free agency. These were necessity signings, right? And obviously we knew that a week ago they were sitting here over the cap. They had to get their cap situation figured out, which meant trading Rashawn Gary, getting rid of Elton Jenkins, getting rid of Nate Hobbs. We knew they weren't going to re-sign most of their own free agents, right? Malik Willis and Quay Walker and Romeo Dobbs and Kingsley Enagbari and people like that. So more than anything, Evo, the core group is largely going to be the same. The offensive coaching staff is almost identical. They're going to have new people on the defensive side of the ball and special teams, and the verdict is out. Are they going to be better on defense with that coordinator? I think they lost a pretty good one, so Gannon's got a lot to prove. The bar is certainly lower on special teams. Bisaccia didn't exactly raise it in his 4 years there, Evo. And Matt LaFleur has as much to prove as any coach in the NFL, right, Evo? Because he's going to come back as the longest tenured coach in the league now. Yeah. That Sean.
The gremlins exist. They care not for our feelings. Rob, I think Big Matt LaFleur cut you off there.
Yeah, I think Little Matt got to the phone.
Sorry, Little Matt. Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah, little. Right, remember that.
That's my bad.
Big Mike, Little Mac. We had that all those years. But yes, Evo, he comes back as the longest tenured coach in the league to have not been to a Super Bowl. And Evo, get a load of this one. I was digging up this stat yesterday. Green Bay will enter next year with the fourth longest losing streak in the league.
Whoa!
Based on how 2025 finished, and one of the teams, Evo, that lost more games to finish last year than Green Bay was the Arizona Cardinals, and of course the Packers went out and got their head coach to be the new defensive coordinator. Yeah. So maybe misery loves company. But yes, I don't know, Evo. Is there a whole lot of juice to this team, or I wouldn't think so.
Well, there's a Saint juice.
I see them somewhere, Evo. Maybe in that 6 to 10 range in the NFC, which what does that mean? Puts you at number 7.
The Matt LaFleur seed. The Matt LaFleur seed, Rob. Hey, I think last time we talked, this hadn't happened yet. Like the release of Nate Hobbs, which was not shocking. What does that do for them? Because they gave him what? Was it a 4-year, $44 million deal? 48.
Yeah.
What's that? So I think it's after a June 1st designation too, so they can spread it out over 2 years.
Well, Evo, the big thing is they'll pick up about $8.5 million in cap room by releasing him. But the way the Packers did their free agent contracts, this is a credit to their front office and Russ Ball, and then to Brian Gutekunst for getting agents to buy in and take these deals. The way they did things with Jacobs, McKinney, Hobbs, and Banks, Evo in almost each circumstance, well, in each circumstance, the money was a little bit different on all those deals. They were largely one-year prove-it deals. All the money that was guaranteed came in year one in terms of signing bonuses and then roster bonus carrying back over into the following year. So, for example, on Hobbs, he had an upcoming roster bonus here due real soon, Evo, and the Packers just said, we're not paying that roster bonus, and they got out of there, and all the guaranteed money then was in 2025 on Nate Hobbs. So they'll take a cap hit on him, but in terms of real money, Hobbs wound up seeing about $16 million of that $48 million, Evo, in real money, which, again, McKinney played well enough. Jacobs played well enough that the Packers didn't think twice about rolling them over into year two and now into year three. Banks, they restructured and redid his a little bit and saved themselves some cap room. Obviously, a signing bonus is always going to be 100% guaranteed. You're always going to get that money. It comes in other guaranteed money along the way, right? Workout bonuses and roster bonuses and things like that. In Nate Hobbs' situation, Evo, because he didn't play enough last year and certainly didn't play well when he was on the field, the Packers got out of that with very minimal damage moving forward. And that's how they've structured those last handful of free agent contracts that they've done, Evo. So it's a pretty clever way that they're doing business right now with some of these contracts in Green Bay.
Well, by the way, Rob, I just looked this up. Javon Hargrave, who the Packers just signed, 24, a 24 on the Wonderlic. I was just curious. Just put that in your store that away from your information, Rob. Robbie.
Well, you're a step ahead of me, Evo. I hadn't looked up his Wonderlic.
I love doing that.
That's pretty good. Yeah,
I love that.
You'll take a 24.
So last time we talked, this had not happened. Was the Hobbs release, and then Sky Moore. Is he just going to be like a return specialist, or is he going to crack the wide receiving core now with Romeo Doubs to the Patriots?
Well, they have a crowded house at wide receiver. Yeah. Even losing Dobbs with Watson and Reed, Golden's role is going to increase dramatically next year. He was 40% of the snaps this year. I would think that comes close to doubling. I would think his snap count's in the 70%, 75% range. And then we'll see what, whatever. They like Wicks more than I do, but he always seems to play 40 snaps a game when he's healthy. Your guy Bo Melton is still there in the mix, and of course Savion Williams was a 3rd round draft pick last year that they're going to want to get more out of. When it comes to Sky Moore, and I thought they should have done this last year with McCole Hardman, Evo, they need a guy just to return, and that's a very valuable position. They were dead last in the league last year in punts, with Romeo Doubs largely handling that, and they were near the bottom in kickoff return average, with Savion Williams kind of being the guy who handled the majority of those. Sky Moore, Evo, he's still only 25. He was 6th in the NFL last year, Evo, on kick returns, almost 28 yards a kick. And he was 7th on punts at almost 12 yards a punt. Evo, they haven't had it. I mean, I guess Keyshawn Nixon was a guy who they had, and then he decided he just wasn't doing it anymore, and they said, okay, we're all good with that, Keyshawn. You apparently you run the ship over here now. But they are, I think, Evo, they are to a point, and they should be, where they are absolutely fine keeping a guy on the roster just to return. You think back, and I know you were probably 5 years old or something at the time, in '96 when the Packers won a Super Bowl, Desmond Howard's entire role on that team
was 8.
Was to return kicks and punts, and he was the best in football, and he's probably the best in Packer history, and he was a Super Bowl MVP. I'm not saying Sky Moore is going to be that, but when you find a guy who is that unique with a skill set and that good at it and that dramatically better than everybody else on your team, and Sky Moore, let's be honest, he's flopped as a wide receiver in this league with Kansas City and then San Francisco. His role moving forward, I think, in the league is going to be as a return guy, and that is absolutely fine, Evo. There are enough roster spots to go around and enough spots on game day to find one of them to give to Sky Moore, and they absolutely should, because he's really good in the return game. And this is a weapon, honestly, Evo, that, for the most part, certainly last year, that Rich Bisaccia just didn't have.
Hey, Rob, last question for you on the Packers here. With Romeo Doubs up to $80 million 4 years, people were, and we were talking yesterday about the potential future of Christian Watson. What do you think the Packers will end up paying him? Would it be a $20 million per year kind of man?
Well, I think Romeo's is actually 68 in base value and 80 with all these
up to
like
8.
that. So the agents are always going to try to sell that Ebo as more than what it really is. I'm trying to remember. I don't have it in front of me how Dobbs exactly breaks down. I'm sure it's backloaded at the end. Ebo, I'm going to mark this down right now. Okay, it's March 12th of 2026. I'm going to bet you right now Romeo Dobbs never sees year 3 of that contract, for example.
Okay.
He's going to play 2 years in New England, and they're going to say 55 catches, 700 yards. We're not paying you $29 million or however it broke down in 2028 and another 25 in 2029. That's going to be Romeo's going to have a low base this year in New England. He's going to have a hefty signing bonus, which will be spread out cap wise, but he's going to get that all up front here in 2026. So the numbers there can be a little bit deceiving, but I think, Ebo, that put him at number 27, the 27th highest paid wide receiver in football, which is too much because Romeo's a 2. But that's what happens in free agency, right? Crazy things happen in free agency. Guys that are 2 get paid like 1s because teams have the money to go do it. He'll never be a 1 in New England, Ebo. He'll never be a 1 anywhere. He's a nice 2. He's a nice complimentary piece. Sorry though, your question came back to Watson. He'll be north of 30, Ebo, when they wind up signing him, I would think. Now, are they going to get him done before the year starts? They've saved some cap room, Ebo, obviously, for situations like this. I still think they were like 25 under the last time I looked. That they're going to have to redo Tucker Kraft at some point, and they're going to have to redo Christian Watson. But I'm just looking here, a little over $26 million to start the day, Ebo, is where they were cap wise, and they'll have to do some extensions on those guys entering contract years. Watson and Van Ness potentially, I would think. Tucker Kraft is a no-brainer. You might be able to get a bargain on him coming off the knee. But when it comes to Watson, Ebo, I think Watson's on the books this year for about $7 million is what it is. So he's not, in his mind, anyways, he's not probably getting paid enough. He would be incentivized, or he would certainly like to get a deal done probably before this season starts, where he makes a lot more in 2026 than waiting until next season. So I would think they get Watson done, Ebo, sometime over the summer and before training camp begins. And maybe you're looking there at a 4-year, $120 million type of deal on Christian Watson. It's going to be high, Ebo. It's going to be 25 to 30. That's the going rate. And listen, they love him. He loves them. It's a love affair. Even after the injury, they decided to stay together, and he earned the money last year. Ebo, he came back and had his best season, played his highest level of football. So Ebo, I think he winds up being in that 25 to 30 million range, no doubt about it.
Wow.
Yep. He's Ebo, to me at least, and we'll see how the Packers feel about it. He proved in the second half of last season, or after coming back from that injury, he can be and should be and will be a bona fide number 1.
Damn. Rob,
he's a 1, Ebo.
You're the bona fide number 1 with the Packers coverage, baby. I appreciate you, Forbes.com, Conley Media. Last thing, Robbie, Big Ten tournament, Big Ten, big stage. Washington, the opponent. You watching? It's at 1:30 today-ish. 1:30. You watching? You checking it out?
Watching today, Ebo, and planning to go tomorrow as long as they take care of business.
Robbie! Yeah. All right,
brother.
Very,
very, very excited. Can't make Saturday, would give some thought to Sunday. We'll see how long they stick around. Just beat up Washington pretty good, right? 10 days ago, whatever that was.
Yeah.
So I like the matchup quite a bit, Ebo, and then they get the Fighting Fibs tomorrow. So.
Robbie, we love you, buddy. Have a great weekend, and go Bucky.
All right, buddy. Well, I'm sure by the time we talk Tuesday, there'll be 3 or 4 a little more, under the radar, low-key signings.
More.
These second-day signings, a lot of times, Ebo, turn out to be the big ones.
Yeah.
So it'll be an active weekend, I'm still sure, for the Packers.
More will be revealed, Rob. See you, buddy. Much love.
All right, pal.
See you, Robbie. Rob Reichel. Forbes.com, Conley Media. Was your Ebo counter on? One time, Robbie said my name 68 times. I stopped keeping track a while ago. Carpal tunnel. We love you, Robbie. We'll come right back.
You've got to kick him off the tour. He's not breaking any rules.
This is Over the Line.
It's a disgrace to the game.
On the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Over the Line will resume in 5 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 4 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 3 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 2 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 1 minute. Over the Line will resume in 30 seconds.
Are you gonna be? Say that you're gonna
Thank you, Rob Reichel. God, it's just crazy to Christian Watson, 25 to 30 mil coming up here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You know, Romeo Doubs up to 80 million with the Patriots. And that's with like all the incentives and everything. Like as Rob said, he won't see all that money. None of those players ever see all of that. But man, I'd still take a chunk of the change. Why not? And with the addition of Sky Moore, and you have the new special teams coordinator coming in. You know, Romeo Doubs he led the Packers punt returns. He gone. Sky Moore, return specialist. So, and he was pretty damn good returning the ball. You'd think that it could only go anywhere but up. I know it went, they weren't dead last in the league for special teams. But you think maybe, just maybe it could go up. But as they say, more will be revealed. Rob also, big fan of Javon Hargrave coming here after the Vikings released him. A big-time disruptor. All right, we got to get to Big Ten tournament. Badgers play today, 1:30-ish. Big Ten Network against Washington. Got to relive what they did against Washington last time. Got some cool stuff from Braden Carrington, the star of that show. And if you want to get involved, 608-321-1670. We'll take a little break here soon. Be right back.
You cannot be serious!
This is Over the Line on the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Over the Line will resume in 3 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 2 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 1 minute. Over the Line will resume in 30 seconds.
Is this snowstorm for real? Is it? When is this thing supposed to start here? Today? No way. Tomorrow? Saturday. Sunday, Monday. Oh no. Maybe I will have to bust out my new snowmobile. I haven't even put oil or gas on it. I still got the tags on. It's shiny, brand new looking. It hasn't even. I don't know, man. If it's the final big snowstorm, maybe of the season, do you fire up a brand new snowblower? Or do you just wait for next year? You man it with a shovel. Overnight Saturday? I guess more will be revealed. All right, 608-321-1670. If you missed it, Team USA for the World Baseball Classic, quick, their fate hanged in the balance of Italy and Mexico. If Mexico won and scored more than five or more runs, USA was eliminated. If Italy won, then they were good. Italy took Mexico to the woodshed. They got her done, baby. Tuned up Mexico. Tuned them up. 9-1. And then that sets up the USA advancing. Now they take on Canada in the World Baseball Classic quarterfinal. That will be tomorrow at 7 o'clock. So in case you were worried, anything about it, and if you are paying attention, there you go. And if you're not paying attention, then the more you know. America's pastime baseball moves on thanks to Italy. Our guy Kevin from Missouri said, break the snowblower in this year. Yeah, I mean, it's sitting there. I've just been looking at it like the last big snowstorm, it seemed like 2 months ago. I had a snowblower from I think it was from 1994. It was a unit, dude. This thing was a horse. And, all good things come to an end. And last big snowstorm 2 months ago, I tried to fire the bad boy up, and it just made some really weird noises, and then it just and then nothing. Went out and bought a 2-stager, and then it hasn't snowed since. Maybe I will break it in. I've been wondering how the baby hums, so maybe I will do that. Saturday night into Sunday. Okay. All right, Kev. Thanks, brother. It was just 70 degrees on Monday, man. I was riding around with my windows open, the sunroof open. I was in a cutoff shirt, jamming my guilty pleasure single rock mom songs. And now it's Kevin from Missouri was saying it's been fun baseball to watch so far. World Baseball Classic. Again, Matt in the Darkness called in and he said, dude, neither of these teams had nothing to play for. Dominican Republic and Venezuela, they're both sitting at 3-0. And he said, if you're a fan of baseball, go watch it. Game for the ages. Dominican Republic wins 7-5 over Venezuela. Then those rosters, dude, are just absolutely stacked and loaded. They're crazy. 608-321-1670. Let's see here. William Contreras for Venezuela. You got a hit. A walk. Struck out once, batting .250. And Jackson Cheerio, here we go. One hit. Oh, okay. He bet in 167. All right, we're getting ready. And believe it or not, opening day is almost here for Major League Baseball. We are inching closer and closer and closer. Before you know it, the Chicago White Sox will be coming to American Family Field, and it's game on, baby. It's game on for your Milwaukee Brewers. It's go time. Can they do it again? That starts on Thursday, March 26th. We are almost there. Wow, time is just flying, man. All right, WKTY, love you guys. See you tomorrow for a Friday show. Nick Osen's going to join us, though, at 9:30. Talk Badgers coming up here. We love Nick, so we'll get Nick on the line. See what he has to say. And he has to give the full review of his trip to West Lafayette, not only of the game, but also of the diner he was talking about eating at. But don't forget, before baseball, though, we have March Madness, baby. Next Friday, Gregapalooza 4, live from Appleton. Any and all are welcome. Just ask me for the address, and I'll send it to you. All right, we'll take a little break here. Nick Olsen, 9:30, bottom of the hour. He opened the phone lines back up. One more hour. Be right back.
This is a Wisconsin Sports Zone update.
Well, Green Bay had made its first splash in free agency, agreeing to terms with former Minnesota defensive tackle Javon Hargrave. Roughly after an hour, he was released by the Vikings. It's reportedly a 2-year deal worth $23 million. Hargrave is entering his 11th year in the league. Packers will be his 5th team. He had 52 tackles, 3.5 sacks, and 4 tackles for loss last year with the Vikings. He played for new Packers defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon for 2 years in Philadelphia, including one of the 2 years he went to the Pro Bowl. Meanwhile, several other reported moves became official yesterday as the new league year began. That included the trade of Rashawn Gary to Dallas for a 4th-round pick, the trade of Colby Wooden to Indy for linebackers Zaire Franklin, and the release of cornerback Nate Hobbs. The team also agreed to bring back restricted free agent Brenton Cox Jr. on a 1-year deal. Turning to Wisconsin basketball, they know their opponent for today's Big Ten tournament opener. It will be Washington after they held off USC in overtime down in Chicago. The Badgers beat the Huskies in Seattle 2 weeks ago when they hit 18 three-pointers, a program record for three-pointers on the road. It is still unclear if Nolan Winter will be available as he's still nursing an ankle injury. The winner of that game will move on to face Illinois Friday afternoon.
For nearly 40 years, ABC Wisconsin Apprenticeship has been helping men and women transform themselves into highly skilled trade professionals. These skills are in demand and provide strong wages and benefits for a bright future. If you're a hands-on person who likes the feeling when you get projects done, apprenticeship could be for you. Go to buildyourcareerwi.org or just search online for ABC of Wisconsin.
The Bucks are in Miami tonight. It's where they'll take on the Heat. Milwaukee has lost 6 of their last 7, which all those losses coming in blowout fashion. It has them now 5 games back of the final play-in tournament spot. For the Wisconsin Sports Zone Network, I'm Ebo.
Play it safe? Nah.
You gotta fight for your right.
We don't abide by your rules. Sometimes it's okay to get unruly. This is Over the Line from the Alpine Liquor Studio. Alpine Liquors, Dane County's largest independently owned liquor store, proudly serving DeForest and beyond.
All right, welcome back in. Final hour. OTL. So, watching yesterday, Cocked and Loaded, NBC streaming service Peacock. Cock it like you walk it. Turned on Washington and USC. Entertaining game. Very entertaining game, I will say. It was came down to the wire. Both teams had final shots to win it. Both bricked it. All right. And then in overtime, Washington comes away with the victory over USC. 83-79. It was entertaining. It was entertaining. And then Washington now advances to take on Wisconsin today around 1:30. It's going to be on Big Ten Network. Last time the Badgers played Washington, it was the Braden Carrington show. The Badgers obliterated them out there in Seattle, 90-73. 90-73. Let's see. Nick Boyd had 22 points. Braden Carrington, though, with 32, as he hit 9 3-pointers. He was 9 of 15. The dude was locked and dialed in. He missed a couple times, but for this point here, he couldn't miss. 9 of 15 from beyond the arc. This is what Wisconsin does. They shoot the three, and they love shooting the three. And I heard some people saying they had a bold take that Wisconsin was going to live or die by the three come March Madness. This is the team. Yes, this has actually been the narrative of this team even before the season began. Analytics. Now, usually the analytics, the nerds, this and that, you're like, okay, you're taking the joy, the fun out of the game. I will say, though, with Greg Gard, he's leaning heavy into the analytics of the three ball. We were playing some comments yesterday from Greg Gard talking about the philosophy of shooting the three. He's I don't want less threes. I just want better threes. I do believe is what Greg Gard had said. Let's see here. Let's revisit this quick here. Guard on the plan B if the threes aren't falling. Here you go.
Yeah, I think that it's connected to it's connected to spacing, it's connected to tempo, it's connected to two-point shot selection. They're all tied together, and it's not, if you don't do one of those other things well, the threes become harder and more challenged, more difficult to maybe get the looks you want. But I think when our spacing is good and we screen and we play with good tempo, and then we're able to get to the rim. We got to the rim a lot on Saturday, especially down the stretch with Nick. So it's not tied directly just to three-point shooting. There's a lot of other facets of the game that give you better threes. And I've always said, I don't want less threes. I want really good ones. And I thought Saturday those 34 were pretty good. There's always going to be one here or there, but that was if you're a college basketball fan, you like offense. That was some high-level shot making on both. I thought both teams. I thought Purdue played really, really well, as good as I've seen them play, in terms of their ability to make shots and put pressure on you in so many different ways. And we did the same thing.
So there's a little peeking of Gardo. They'll have a plan B if they're not falling. This is who we are. They're not going to change their identity now that they are going to be in the NCAA tournament. Again, Ricardo had said that too.
Yeah, I think you get to this time of the year, you're not going to reinvent the wheel, right? And we have to be the best version of ourselves. We've seen about everything that can happen on a court, so we understand how good of players both teams have, and we're going to have to play well on Thursday. But it's about being the best version of ourselves more so than what any specific opponent creates, because we've seen when we are like we were Saturday, we're really, really good.
It'd be the best version of themselves. And there was one more. Yeah, on the live or die strategy of the three.
That's college basketball. Yeah. And you look around the country, that's where it's at. And I think it creates so much. They play together. They pull off one another. If you can create a lot of space with your good spacing and good tempo and shooting threes, now your ability to play downhill and drive gaps becomes a little simpler and a little easier. So you can't do just one thing. You have to have a good mix, and there's a lot of things that come into it before the ball's ever released off the shooter's hand.
So there's Greg Gard, and we kind of brushed on that yesterday a little bit. But yeah, the three-pointer, that's Wisconsin. And anyone now just jumping on and realizing it, I don't know if where you been? I mean, this is it. The Badgers are actively aiming 25 to 30 3-point attempts per game. Eliminating the long contested 2-pointer in favor of, 3. It's 1 point better than 2. They hit a school record 18 3-pointers against Purdue. That tied it. Braden Carrington, I'm going to hear Guard talk about in a second here, set a program record. He hit 9 3-pointers. That was against Washington not too long ago, February 28th. These dudes, the offensive evolution, a shift in style, it's kind of influenced by NBA analytics. That's why if you watch the NBA game, it's all long-range threes, or they're just banging with the big guy. Well, they don't even really bang with big guys in the NBA anymore. If you're a big guy, you look like you're slightly malnourished, and you can hit it from anywhere. And usually you just stick in, it's like positionless basketball. But for Wisconsin, a shift in the analytics. This is the program's highest scoring average in 30 years. Think of that for a second. Guard has stated that he wants 50% or more of the team's field goal attempts to come from beyond the arc. So this is what the Badgers are. And when they're hitting, they can beat any. And everyone has said this. But when they're hitting their threes, obviously they can beat any team in the country. I mean, look at the road wins that they have had this season. They've been incredible. Hell, they gave Michigan their only loss in conference on the road in Ann Arbor earlier this season. Incredible. All right, let's see. Jesse Temple from Badger Connect. He joins us Mondays around 8:30-ish. Jesse was sitting down with Gardo talking about Braden Carrington. And just, a bunch of people, and Braden Carrington. This is a little snippet. Jesse does his Badger Bites episodes where he really cool videos. He sat down with Braden Carrington. Take a listen.
Well, while we're building, I wanted to ask you about your basketball career. At this point, your story has become more known because you've been playing really well. But from Minnesota, obviously a really great high school basketball player. You go play for the home team for 2 years. How do you think that experience shaped you and has led you to the point that you're at right now?
It's a unique experience. When you're on a good high school team in the state, and then I won Mr. Basketball, so I was, a lot of expectations going in. So it was a lot of pressure for 18-year-olds. You're just kind of freaking out about it, but it's a cool thing to happen, I guess. At the time, I can admit now I wasn't ready for it at the time, but I think it shaped me and helped me grow. I can think of moments like, I remember my sophomore year, we actually played Wisconsin, went to the free throw line to go up, I think, 3, and I missed the free throw. It was the front end of a 1-on-1, I missed it, came down, AJ Storr got a layup, they won the game. So it's moments like that, I think I just learned and I matured. Now that I'm in those moments, it doesn't really faze me. Now I'm used to it and just calm, cool, and collected,
There you go. Braden Carrington, a little snippet there from Jesse's Badger Bites at Badger Connect. Cool, calm, collected. Carrington. Setting that school record, 2 for 3s against Washington with 9. He said even though it's 1 year, it's special knowing he's left his mark.
It took a while for me to, I think, really realize it, I think the whole year, being just a role guy, you don't expect to have a moment like that too much, and I never really cared to have something like that. So for it to actually happen, it's a special moment, and for me to actually, make a mark in the year that I'm going to be here, it's special for sure.
And how about Greg Gard and the staff being able to go out there, identify, something that would fit their needs, and then it pay off in dividends right there. It's awesome. Braden Carrington also, played, you were talking that story, the first clip about with Minnesota, then AJ Storr going down and getting the winner. Braden Carrington was also, he kind of had his emergence off of the bench against Minnesota on the road, and a little chip on the shoulder. I think that got him going a little bit. And he was chirping a little bit about Minnesota and Wisconsin and the rivalry. Wisconsin, kind of a one-sided rivalry right now. Wisconsin just relentlessly beats them. But Braden Carrington saying playing Minnesota twice absolutely played a role in him coming here.
Honestly, that kind of made me want to come here more. When I left Minnesota, I wouldn't say it was a necessarily good parting between us, but I definitely wanted to get back and play them however I could, and this was my best opportunity to do that, so it wasn't necessarily a factor to keep me away, but definitely gave me to come here more.
I don't know how much you want to get into it.
Honestly.
So there you go. There's Braden Carrington, and then after there was a lot of Minnesota fans trolling him, and he was trolling right back. It's awesome, man. Yep. So then Washington today, Badgers tuned him up last time. The barrage of threes. Can they do it again? We had a question coming in here from what'd you say, Johnny Cribbage? What'd you say about the Big Ten tournament? UW Hoops. Am I sensing fans going soft on the Big Ten tourney? Just win today is BS. Win effing 2 to 3 games and get to Sunday. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, man. Like when it comes to the Big Ten tournament, though, awesome bragging rights to win it. It's fun little ride. At the end of the season, though, are you remembering what happened in the Big Ten tournament, or are you remembering what happened in March Madness? When the Badgers took down Purdue, that was awesome. Getting revenge on them. It's fun, lives in the lore of it. But yeah, people win 2 to 3 games. Win today, definitely win today. And then see what happens against Illinois tomorrow, because that's who's waiting for the Badgers. But March Madness right now is seeped into people's brains. This is what they're thinking about. It's March Madness, like Big Ten tournament. Like, don't play Nolan Winter. Hell, people are even talking about they're fine with them losing today just so they could get more rest. Was it John Blackwell? I think it was John Blackwell talking about, the Badgers getting a double bye. Some teams get a triple bye. And he's like, I just want to be playing right away. I like just being in the swing of things. Like, just one after the other. I don't like this waiting around approach. Tom Petty once said waiting is the hardest part. And John Blackwell, he might be on that same vein. But wait no longer. We got it today, 1:30, Big Ten Network. Strap in, lock and load. Get ready, baby. All right, 608-321-1670. Feel free to drop a line. We got Nick Osen coming up at the bottom of the hour. Talk more Badgers with him. Packers, Brian Gutekunst making some more moves yesterday. We'll have to get to that. Yeah, our guy Matt in the Darkness. College hoops players don't need no rest. Yeah, go let them ball. I mean, they played AAU basketball their whole lives. You think there was resting there? You're playing basketball tournaments every weekend? You know, rest? Go on hoop. All right, we'll take a little break here. Stick around. Be right back.
is Over the Line
You know, society's got no hold on this outlaw.
on the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Over the Line will resume in 3 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 2 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 1 minute. Over the Line will resume in 30 seconds.
All right, welcome back in. Excited to talk to our guy Nick Olson, friend of the show. Badgers 24/7 on the 24/7 Sports. Dude was in West Lafayette to see the barrage of threes. What a win. And also, we got to get his full recap in West Lafayette about the diner. The hell was that diner called again? The Triple X Family Restaurant. He's like, Ebo, when I say the name, don't laugh, don't make fun. It's called Triple X Family Restaurant. And then I looked into it. It looked incredible, dude. Guy Fieri has been there twice. Looks amazing. So we'll get Nick's full review on that, too. And the Big Ten tournament. He's down in Chicago. Our own Zach Heilprin going down to Chicago momentarily. And speaking of that, some appointment listening. Tonight, Thorson and Heilprin, myself and Zach Heilprin, we're at Monks and Sun Prairie from 6 to 7. Zach, he's in Chicago. I'll be there, of course. The happy hour, incredible. The food, amazing. I think Market Plunger said he was going to stop on by. My man. Love you, listeners. Love all of you. All right, looking here though, before we get to Nick and talk some Badgers. Packers again getting a big time disruptor. Defensive lineman Javon Hargrave from the Vikings. Once you get off the shock and the Packers, that is, of picking up someone else's scraps like they would pick up our scraps, then you look into it. The guy's pretty damn good. Now there is I guess a risk of taking a 33-year-old. That's crazy to say. But, skill sets often decline and sometimes rapidly. I'm talking NFL after the age of 30. I'm coming up on 40 soon. It's so weird to say. I just turned 38. I haven't even begun to peak, but I'm not in the NFL. But Packers likely feel good about the risk of after watching Hargrave's 2025 tape in Minnesota. Had plenty of juice left as a pass rusher. And then there's Sky Moore as well. Sky Moore, when the special teams was lacking. Was big time lacking. I don't think that's a shock or news to anyone. Green Bay ranked last in the NFL in punt return average at 5.6 yards and tied for 22nd in kickoff return and 25.2. The Packers signed Sky Moore, obviously 1-year deal on Tuesday. He's 25. Played in San Fran last season. He averaged 27.5 yards per kick return last year, which ranked 6th in the NFL. 6th in the... Again, the Packers' punt return average, was 5.6. Sky Moore averaged 27.5 last year. Moore also ranked 7th in the league on punt returns at 11.6. So a huge upgrade. Romeo Dobbs, he was out there manning punts. And before that, it was Savion Williams. Until we don't want you doing this, bro. That's not happening. Not happening. All right, 608-321-1670. Line 1, good morning. Who do we got?
Kevin from Missouri.
Kev. What's up, Kevin? What's going on?
Hey. Yeah. Warm up. Get that snowblower going. See how it works. I tell you, it's going to be your best insurance policy going forward. It was for me. I bought one after I texted you and said we had, 2 big snows one year. I said, okay, I got to get one next year.
Yeah.
Got it the following year. Never had anything the following year.
It's hard for me though, Kev. It was just 70 degrees on Monday. I had all my windows open, the sunroof. I had the music blasting. Arm was out the window.
Yeah, it was 84 here. Was at Tuesday, and yesterday it was maybe 40. Yeah, it was weird weather. Sky Moore was drafted by the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, your neck of the woods.
I kind of know a little bit about, hearing about him, and they thought he was the biggest bust ever. Because he was a good receiver in college.
Yeah,
And boy, he was but he must have found his niche now with returning. So hey, it's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, it appears to be a good thing for the special teams. So that's nice.
Then you can always put him in there when you start having receivers going down with the injuries that the Packers always seem to.
Yep. Yep.
But anyways, been not calling lately. Just been busy and.
Yeah, no worries, man. You don't got to explain nothing to me. I appreciate my time when you do call in.
Interviewing for jobs, hopefully.
Oh, your job interviewing.
Yes. One with Intern Austin's institution.
Oh yeah, you're a warhog. Nice.
Yeah, maybe.
Do you need Austin to? We can tell Austin to try and put in a good word. I don't know if it'll work or not. I don't know if it'll work or not.
I don't know. What do you think of that?
I'd probably say no, actually. I don't.
Yeah.
I thought you were, or was it your wife that had retired, or?
She probably will. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I still need to continue working, so I'm kind of looking. So.
How much longer you got?
3 more, maybe.
Oh, you're coasting, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dad's in education. He's been teaching for 52 years, I think. He's like he just turned 70 and he's still doing it, dude.
All right.
I'm like,
good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a friend who listens to your show who keeps texting me after he hears me on talking to you, and he teaches. He's part time now, but they keep dragging him back to part time. Teach math.
Yeah,
So,
and they keep pulling.
anyways,
him back in.
Yeah, so and I taught for 26 years, and then I got into higher education, so I don't really teach much now. I just do a lot of the other things, but yeah. See what happens.
Yeah. Hey, you're almost done, man.
I got some this day in history.
I'm ready.
But it's a lot of it. It's got to do with retirement. So, 1971, who retired in the NHL after playing 26 years? 1971. I'm not going to give you somebody you've probably never heard of. You've heard of this person. And then they came back 2 years later to play in the World Hockey Association.
A big.
And he played with his son.
Was he a Red Wing?
Yep.
Gordie Howe.
Gordie Howe. Yep. How about 1972? This player had his number 6 retired. NBA. 1972. On this date.
1972. Number 6. Bill Russell.
Bill Russell.
Billy Russell?
You got it. Yeah, Bill Russell.
I used to watch Stump the Schwab like nonstop when I was.
Stump the Schwab. Here's 2 more, real quick.
Yeah.
1992. This Milwaukee Buck became the 4th all-time scorer in NBA history. So he was number 4 on the all-time scoring list in 1992. Milwaukee Buck.
1992. Buck.
You must have been just a little person then.
Yeah, 91, 92. I was 3, 4. Oh gosh.
You'll go. Oh yeah, sure. Once I tell you.
Who is it?
Moses Malone.
Yes. I knew that.
Moses Malone.
You should have gave me a hint.
I saw him twice. Once for the Bucks, once for the 76ers, playing the Bucks.
You should have gave me a hint. Let my people go. I would have got it.
That might have made it easier if I would have. And then finally, here's another one. Became the first man in NBA history in 1992 to participate in 2,500 games as a player and a coach. Let me know if you need a hint.
I need a hint.
He has some Bucks ties.
Oh, damn it! I can't think of his name. Who is
played for the Celtics when he played?
I'm brain farting so hard.
Don
Nelson. It was right.
Don Nelson. All right. Well, have a good rest of your Thursday.
No, do you got a quote too? I knew it was Don Nelson. Damn it. All right.
Power is not revealed by striking hard or often, but by striking true.
That's a good. I'm pissed at myself. I knew it was Don Nelson too. I knew it. Kev, thanks, brother. As always, always a good time. See you, man. Bye-bye. Good luck on the job search. See you, man.
Oh yeah.
If you need a reference, put me down.
I'm working at it.
Put me down for a reference, okay?
Okay.
Right,
bye-bye.
Nothing but glowing reviews. See you, Kev. I knew it was Moses Malone. Or I knew it was Don Nelson. I knew it. All right. 608-321-1670. That's what the number I'm going to use to call Nick Olson, who's coming up here. We'll talk some Badgers. Badgers 24/7. We'll get to him next. I knew it was Don Nelson. Nick Olson next. Talking Badgers. Stick around.
This is Over the Line.
How much you want to make a bet I can throw a football over the mountains?
On the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Over the Line will resume in 5 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 4 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 3 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 2 minutes.
We go all the way to Chi City. Our guy, Badgers 24/7, 24/7 Sports, taking over Chicago, Nick Osen. What up, Nick? What's going on, brother?
Evo, man, I appreciate you. Always good to be back rocking with you here live on location here at the United Center.
In the United Center. Oh, you getting the lay of the land? You walking around getting your steps in? What's going on at the United Center right now?
Yeah, had a little bit of a snack, man, and you know, we couldn't watch it, but obviously Wisconsin was out on the floor. You know, it seemed like maybe doing a little walkthrough. I actually saw Iowa just walking through in the building. They are playing the first game of the day, so it's cool. It's kind of the, you know, calm before the storm before a big day, we'll say.
Yeah. Do you get a parking spot there, too, or got to fend for yourself there?
So actually, if you wanted to, like, I had gotten approved for one, but I actually took the bus down for this one.
Oh,
you know, I didn't want to deal with parking during the rest of the day, you know, hotel, those prices. So this worked out great.
You're a smart man, Nick. That's the way to do it, dude. So, Nick, I guess let's just rip this Band-Aid off right away. All right. Nolan Winter, what's up? Anything? Any news? What's going on with Nolan Winter?
You know, what I would say is I think, we chatted just after last week, and, you know, I feel even better, Evo, about kind of my initial reporting. You know, obviously Coach Gard, I asked the question in the group on Monday, and, you know, Coach said, we'll see kind of how the process goes, you know, how he continues to rehab and things, but we'll, quote unquote, definitely be back for the NCAA tournament. Now, obviously some people ask, you know, do you think that's legit? Is he just kind of looking out for Wisconsin with NCAA tournament seeding and such? But, man, what I'm hearing kind of on the record like that and behind the scenes, Evo, I really think he is starting to make his way back. He obviously made this trip. He didn't go out to Purdue with that flight, right? So that's a good sign here. He didn't have a boot on in some pictures last night. Look, you won't see him today. I don't think. I'd be really surprised if they rushed him back today. I think if they make it to Saturday, you could maybe see a little bit here and there, and then certainly next week, I am feeling good about that.
Yeah, same. Because Gard, I believe Gard. I believe in Gard. You know. So, Nick, looking at
absolutely.
Did you touch down today? Were you there today, this morning in Chicago?
So I actually got in yesterday afternoon.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask, did you check out in person, or what were you doing yesterday? Did you see the Washington USC game by chance?
So no, I was tapped in, but you know me. You know me, Evo. The football news never really either. So I was actually locked in at the hotel, getting some recruiting stuff out.
Good.
Today is all hoops.
Good.
But that was a great game. And, you know, in terms of what Wisconsin is going against, what they'd maybe like to see, it's always interesting when that previous game goes into some extra time, right? So are those players a little more tired? Are they more in rhythm? But Washington is just so injured right now. We saw what happened against that group a couple of weeks ago. So, frankly, I think it's a good matchup and one that the Badgers should certainly be able to take advantage of.
All right, good. Yeah. Are we thinking another barrage of three? Is Braden Carrington going to hit 9 3-pointers, Nick?
I'm going to say, man, I bet they probably haven't scouted a little bit better this time. So maybe 3 or 4 from him. But, you know, in all seriousness, Evo, I know somebody we've talked about a ton, our 3 years doing this together, and I never really lost faith or wavered. That's John Blackwell. Yeah. And I think that game, he obviously did some good things, especially defensively, but the last 2 or 3 was really, really looked like kind of what we're used to. So I'm excited to see, you know, what he can do. He seems to shine brightest in some of these huge moments, and obviously March Madness kind of starts today for this group.
Yeah, and then next Thursday, man, March Madness, then it really begins. And I saw, did you have a sit down with Austin Rapp? Can you give us a little?
I did.
Can you give us a little teaser?
Absolutely, I do. For your show, man, of course. You know, he's somebody that. Yeah, I actually was like his first interview after he committed. You know, I got to speak with him and his father, who's awesome. He'll be here, Tim Rapp. And so we formed a good relationship. And I really just got into a little bit of, you know, obviously it was a slower start for him at times, for the team, and they've kind of overcome a lot. And now, I mean, he's become indispensable for this group. So he just went into a little bit of that, you know, kind of the adjustment to the Big Ten. And one of the coolest parts, Evo, I'll tease a little bit, is, he's doing it for more than just obviously himself, more than Wisconsin. He kind of feels like he's representing his entire country, because obviously you don't see necessarily a ton of Australian guys, playing at this point or in the Big Ten or certainly into March. I'll even give you a funny quote. He said, you looked at me 5 years ago. He said, I was a little chubby kid not doing much, and now I'm 6'10", hitting threes in March Madness. So it's pretty cool to see how far he's come along, and definitely somebody that you'd think and hope the Badgers hold on to for several years.
Nick, could you read that quote again, but this time in an Australian accent, please?
No,
I'm just kidding.
I'm not good. Maybe in your Italian one that you bring out sometimes, but I can't do it.
Just checking. So, Nick, how important, and a lot of listeners and people I've been talking with, and they're kind of brushing over the Big Ten tournament and being like it's all about March Madness. How important is, say, a run for Wisconsin this starting today, I guess, and into the weekend?
So I think for me, Evo, it's really about, of course you love to make some noise, but I think it's about just continuing to play good basketball and, frankly, getting out of this a little bit healthier. I don't think it's meaningless by any means, but I also don't think it's everything. What I've been kind of saying and writing throughout the week is you obviously want to win today, because that would be a loss that would hurt the resume a little bit. So you get past that. Then you play Illinois, and that is obviously a matchup that has been really terrific for several years, but especially this year. I think if you are able to get past them, then you're starting to think about title run a little bit. I mean, I think they have the toughest draw, Evo, out of anybody for Wisconsin in terms of teams that have advanced as far. But, hey, if you win one or two games, you bow out and you're still healthier, I think that's a successful trip to Chicago, quite frankly. I don't think this is one you need to keep stacking wins. Of course, they're going to try to, but their resume is pretty solidified. As long as they win today, they'll be at least a 6, maybe a 5 next week. And then, hey, as we know, lace them up and see what happens.
Yeah. Line them up and knock them down. Nick, you did mention, give us just a little quick, because you said football, the news there never sleeps. I don't think you really sleep either, dude. You're always on the grind.
I wish I should have got more last night, but
you and me both, man. But Nick, when it comes to the football news, what were you putting out there at Badgers 24/7?
Yeah, Evo. So I had back-to-back interviews with kids, with recruits last night, just because it's time when people are getting more offers, setting up visits, really things of that nature. So it's always intriguing. And then there's also, recently we put in some crystal balls for a quarterback, 4-star QB Jack Sorgi, son of, obviously, Jim Sorgi, so he's a legacy. And Wisconsin's been on him heavy. He recently decommitted from Louisville. So that's a name to watch. And then I did kind of an in-depth mailbag for the readers as well. So it was a busy night. Today's going to be a lot more hoops focused, which will be nice. But you always got to stay dotting the I's and crossing the T's, my friend.
And the lowercase J's. Don't forget to dot those too. Nick, all right, I've been wondering about this since last week. By the way, the game that you saw in West Lafayette against Purdue, I mean, that was incredible. Was that not one of the coolest games for Wisconsin?
That was actually, you'll love this, actually a top 5 game.
Yeah, baby.
Wisconsin basketball, football, Iowa State, Bucks, any game that I've covered. Because it was so good. I mean, you could have sat there being, I don't know, a random Syracuse fan, and it could have your heart racing just because of the quality of basketball. So that was amazing. I know you've been waiting on a food review.
Yeah, okay. The Triple X Family Restaurant. What was the order? Yeah.
So I enjoyed it. I'm forgetting the first word of it, but it was the something Purvis burger.
Purvis?
There was a peanut butter burger, cheese, lettuce, dash of mayo, bacon, side of fries, a nice triple X family, drafted root beer, and then I split a little bit of a shake with the fiance. So it was delicious. I mean, I'd had it before, and it did not disappoint. And honestly, what might take it over the top, Evo, is it's so cheap, man. Like, I think all of that was like $19 or so,
What?
$20. So yeah,
in this
it,
economy,
it definitely takes care of you, and you're absolutely getting kind of the bang for your buck with that type of food there, brother.
my God, man, sounds awesome. So then, Nick, you're how long are you in Chicago for? A couple of nights?
Yeah, yep. So it'll be a couple of nights unless they make it to Sunday. I mean, then I'm here all the way.
So last time I was in Chicago, we were we were bar hopping, and then it was like later on in the night, and I'm talking like late night, and had a couple libations, probably more than I should have, and we were at this place eating pizza called Pequod's. Have you ever heard of Pequod's pizza?
Oh yeah,
Have you ever?
That's one that. So my family loves it. I don't think that's one that I've actually had the pleasure of.
Okay, so I was there again. Keep in mind, I'm 3 sheets to the wind here. I'm and we also got chicken wings, Nick. And I'll never forget, the pizza was amazing, the chicken wings incredible, but the hot sauce that they had was out of this world. It was like 1 a.m. I think it was around 1 a.m. And I'll never forget. Me, my wife, and our 2 friends were looking at the our server, and we're kind of slurring the words a little bit, like, "This hot sauce is amazing. What is it?" And he goes, "It's Frank's Red Hot." So Nick, even the Franks taste better there if you get the Pequod's. So
oh man, I'm sure the drinks didn't help with that at all. It's just the best Franks you can find.
He's like, it's just Frank's Red Hot, you idiots. Nick, do you have a spot you're going to go to at all and go eat? I mean, the world is your oyster there.
You know, it is. I actually have to figure that out a little bit. I'll say this. I think if they get through tomorrow, I'm meeting up with some cousins and good friends. So pizza's always kind of on the menu a little bit with them. We'll have some fun. I actually had some pretty good wings right by my hotel last night at Timmy O'Toole's. It's a classic Irish place, but it was really good, man. And this was a great start to my day. I think it's going to be a good weekend.
Nick, enjoy it, my brother. We'll follow along. Badgers 24/7, The Real Nick Osen on Twitter. You the man, bro. Much love as always. Go get him.
I can't wait till the next one, brother. Appreciate you.
See you, man.
You bet.
There goes Nick Osen, our guy. Davishing, too. Ravishing. Yeah, Pequod's Pizza. Listen, I'm not a deep dish pizza guy. It's just, I mean, I have yet to have one that blows me away. My feeling is deep dish pizza, I'll just have lasagna instead. I'll have lasagna. I'll carb load with that. Deep dish pizza? Where's it? I've tried the Illuminati's. I've tried the... What's the one that starts with a G or whatever? It's just not... Doesn't call out to me. Chicago dog, though. We'll do that. All right, final segment coming up next.
This is Over the Line on the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Over the Line will resume in 3 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 2 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 1 minute. Over the Line will resume in 30 seconds.
Nick Olson, thanks for joining us. Grant Bills, nice seeing you.
Good morning, Ebo.
How are you today?
Swell.
Splendid.
Splendid.
You know, Big Ron in New Jersey had, and we love Big Ron. There's a couple different Rons. There's Big Ron. There's Ron.
And
then there's Weiner Ron, who complained about me. I even forget what he complained about. He's a loser. No, but Big Ron asked if I had finished Mad Men.
Mm-hmm.
He said it's one of the greatest shows, and also, where'd your message go, Big Ron? That's one of the greatest endings. When I first saw the ending, Big Ron, I was pissed because it was such not a Don Draper-driven Matt. Don's crying. He's lost all his swag.
Mm-hmm.
He's hugging another man when that has his own breakdown, and I left a sour taste in my mouth. Then I thought about it. And they went to the Coca-Cola, I wish I could buy the World of Coke commercial.
Yep.
And I think they insinuated, because they said that Don could come back to the new firm and have the Coke account. So if that was Don Draper at some hippie commune, rejuvenated, reborn again, but then went right back into selling a mass product to the consumer, a beautiful ending then, Grant. I actually thought about it. It was pretty good. My favorite's Pete Campbell.
Love Pete.
Other than that, one of the greatest shows I think I had ever seen.
It's great.
It was great. It was great.
Makes you slow down and appreciate little moments in dialogue.
Yeah.
Historical accuracies. The sound design in the show is really good.
Yeah.
I always, something about Mad Men that I like is when you listen to them talk, you hear a lot of I don't know if it's mic'd differently or what, but you hear like the smallest little, so much of the show is just talking.
Yeah, a lot of dialogue.
So you get all those little, I don't know, little details in dialogue.
Did not care for Betsy Draper.
She sucks.
She's terrible.
I mean, it doesn't mean that Don doesn't suck for, sleeping around on her, but she.
No, but I get it. And then, yeah, I mean, great show. I might have to watch it again. But Grant, you said, well, if you watch it again, then Don's already sour to begin with, right?
Well, yeah, it's like Game of Thrones. You notice things. It's like, oh, I didn't notice this the first time.
Night of the Seven Kingdom.
I need to watch that.
What a show.
I need to watch that.
All right, Paul, but...
Sir Duncan the Tall.
Sir Dunk the Tall rules, dude.
Sir Bill of Michaels.
Grant, once you get over that usually the Packers cast out people, then the Vikings and the Bears get our scraps swimming in our wake. We got now the Vikings casting off someone, I think it's good.
Did Vagabond John point out this is one more player than Jeff Hafley ever brought in?
No.
Jonathan Gannon up 1-0.
Vagabond John didn't even call in today. Hey, we'll see you guys tonight. Live Monks in Some Prairie, Thorson and Heilprin, Sands Heilprin. See you tomorrow or tonight.